Hello everyone, my name's Caden and welcome to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies. So, last time in the trilogy, Ace Apollo trilogy, we finished up, well, the Ace Apollo game. Ace Apollo, hold on. Apollo Justice. Speaking of which, hi. And now we're going to begin the next one, why not? Yeah, let's just jump in. Alright. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies. This is the first game to actually do 3D for the series, I'm pretty sure. At least I think it does. I did mention that I knew like the overarching thing, like stuff with Dual Destinies, but I realized that I don't actually know anything of the specifics. Like, I don't really know anything about the case. I just know like the general overarching things. Also, is this about to blow up? Oh, pleasant. We immediately start the game with a explosion. Pleasant. How pleasant, indeed.
These are dark times, where the law has been reduced to rubble, and it's up to us to restore it to its former glory.
Hey, the Right Anything Agency.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move.
The beanie.
Don't you worry. I've got a trusty new partner on board.
The new lawyer.
Done. You bet. Let's do this.
Let's go.
She's been with us for half a year, though I can hardly believe it. Anyway, her power will be our greatest weapon.
Tap. Weep. Ow.
Are you alright, miss?
No. I'm in agony.
Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end.
The return. No. Yes. All right. Oh, and Weird Apollo. Apollo with a cape and bandages. Oh, the moon. Turnabout countdown. All right. Whoa! Bomb!
The best thing about bombs, how they erase and destroy without discretion.
Woo!
Now all I have to do is pin everything on that little girl.
Huh. Why? December 17th, 9:22 a.m. District Courtroom. Defendant Lobby. Number 5.
Nope, not feeling nervous at all.
There's something I actually do remember. Considering. Hold on. That'll do. Alright, that'll do.
It's amazing what a girl can get used to. Even a tense atmosphere like this is no biggie.
You doing okay, Athena? Who's this? Oh, hey, it's Apollo. Doing okay, Athena?
Oh, Apollo. Yeah, doing great. Like, I'm a little doing great.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's good to hear. Although, I could have sworn I heard your voice crack for a second there.
I'm not transparent, huh? Cracking? No, my voice isn't cracking. Nerves of steel here, I tell you. This is Apollo Justice. He's a fellow lawyer at the office I work for. Apollo's the lead for the defense on this case. But I'm going to be there at the bench with him, doing what I can to help out. I'll do whatever it takes to defend Junie.
Junie?
Speaking of steel, how are you holding up? That explosion really did a number on you.
Oh, that's why the bandages are for. You okay, Apollo? I'm just happy that you're okay, Athena. Although, I can't pretend I have no connection to this case. That's why I'm gonna see to it that Juniper's name is cleared. And I'm sure you feel much the same way.
You got that right. I won't rest until Junie is completely cleared of all suspicion.
Apollo, the...
Athena?
let me see Junie before I can... Oh, hi there. Hello.
Thank you. Doing this for me. Junie!
Juniper Woods. I see. I can already see. Yeah, Junie Woods. Juniper. Well, I assume it's Juniper. I mean, I would just... Also, you good?
Hey, are you okay? Sorry about that. I always seem to go into coughing fits whenever I get nervous. This kind of thing never happened. At home in the forest, though. This is Juniper Woods.
Had a feeling.
She's my dear, dear childhood friend. And she's also our client for this case. The news keeps repeating that Junie is the alleged bomber. But that's ridiculous. There's no way Junie would do anything like that. I brought you a little snack, Athena. Just a little something from my garden. Hey, thanks. So, is this an orange or a tangerine? It's an orange. My grandma says that orange is the color of strength and endurance. Oh, I get it. Strength for the trial, right? Junie, you're always so good to me. Jeez, look at me. Standing here clutching an orange to my chest with the tears in my eyes. Well, don't you worry. We'll be so powerful in there they won't know it him, right, Apollo?
Yeah, that's right. Come what may, this is one trial we just can't lose. Apollo? Apollo, we've just begun! We just began! Don't pass out!
Apollo! Apollo!
Apollo? What is seeping through his bandages? Oh.
Last seeping through his bandages. One of his wounds must have reopened. All this time he was trying to put on a brave face, but he's really overdoing it.
Apollo! Mr. Justice!
Huh?
The trial's about to start, sir. Please proceed to the courtroom.
What? No! But Apollo's in no state to defend.
I have to defend Juniper.
What are we gonna do? The trial's about to start, or with or without us. There's only one other option I can think of at a time like this. But even if I called him now, he'd never get here in time. No, wait. There's something else I can do. Apollo, give me all the evidence for the case.
Huh? But what are you gonna do?
Bailiff?
Yes, miss?
The defense would like to submit a substitution of attorney petition. Athena!
You're not seriously...
You just concentrate on getting better. I'll defend Junie.
All by yourself? Athena, stop for a second and think about what you're saying. You've never once taken on a case alone before, right?
No hay problema. I can handle it. I think. I guess it's really up to you, Junie. Would you be okay with me taking over? Sure. I believe in you, Athena. And that's enough for me. you're worried for me, aren't you? To be honest, I'm pretty nervous too. I think my heart might just burst out my chest. But you're in no shape to stand at the bench now. So you'll just have to leave it to me.
Oh, alright. I can see your mind's made up. Anyway, I hate that I can't be there, but I know you'll give it your utmost to defend Juniper.
You bet I will. Rest assured of that.
Oh boy.
My name is Athena Sykes. I'm still just a newbie, but I'm a lawyer. This is only the second time I've taken the lead in a defense case. It'll be the first time I stand up there alone, though. But I have to do this. And I'm definitely not about to let anything bad happen to Junie.
December 17th, 9:46 a.m., District Courtroom. Courtroom number 5. Ah, look, it's me in 3D glory. Oh, finally. It's about time. Anyways, everyone in session, everyone in court, all rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods.
The fence is ready, Your Honor.
Ah, it's nice to see that I'm always existed too. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. And what is the meaning of this? I understand the impression that Mr. Red Monkey would be my opponent today.
Yes, well, a substitution of attorney petition was submitted just a few moments ago. Due to the explosion in the courthouse yesterday, Mr. Justice is unable to continue.
I see. Not all surprised he used that as an excuse to run away.
Bro, he's hurt. He's bleeding. You're being kind of an asshole right now.
With me as an adversary, who wouldn't want a feign illness in order to escape?
What? The nerve of that guy. I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind. Well, I would if I wasn't so nervous. This arrogant jerk.
You arrogant jerk.
No! Watch it!
My hearing getting worse. I could have sworn I heard the defense say something just now.
No! You didn't hear anything at all, especially not from me.
How odd. I could have sworn I also heard something.
Oh, that would be my indispensable partner, Widget. He sometimes blurts out what I'm thinking.
Well then. If that's the case, then it's a clear contradiction to what you just stated.
Contradiction?
You just stated that you said nothing. However, if that device of yours says what you're thinking, then you indeed said I was, what was it? Elegance at work?
Actually, it was arrogant jerk.
At any rate, what does it matter if it's a red monkey or a yellow monkey facing me? No fresh out of law school rookie can defend this witness.
Mr. Payne, I believe that's enough. Let us get back to the case.
Of course, Your Honor. I'm more than ready to show this little girl why they call me the rookie humiliator.
I knew it. He really is an arrogant jerk.
Arrogant jerk.
Ah! Miss Sykes, if you continue to insult the prosecution, I will remove you from this court.
I'm very sorry. It was just a knee-jerk reaction.
Maybe you should adjust Widget so that he doesn't say your thoughts. Now then, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, if you please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Alright, so we're defending a little girl from being the bomber. Though we already know who it is, based on the intro. It's the guy with the goggles or whatever.
Now then, the incident occurred yesterday here at this very courthouse in courtroom number 4. At that time, the trial for a certain bombing was being held in courtroom number 4.
Ah, yes. I was presiding over that trial as well. And Mr. Justice was there as a lawyer for the defense.
A bomb that was being presented as evidence suddenly went off during that trial.
Huh. And the courtroom's now just trapped.
It was a terrible incident, and courtroom number 4 was completely destroyed. Fortunately, we were able to start evacuation procedures before the explosion occurred. Just a few seconds more and it would have turned into a horrific loss of human life.
But there was, in fact, one death, was there not?
That is correct, Your Honor. When courtroom number 4 was examined after the blast,
Oh.
the body of Detective Candace Arm was discovered. She was to take the stand as a witness later in the trial.
Okay, I suppose she wasn't able to evacuate in time. What a terrible tragedy. I must admit, I stumbled at least 10 times myself before I was able to escape.
Maybe the court should see about getting you even shorter ropes.
The victim's body was found near the entrance to the courtroom. I suspect she stayed until the very end to help guide others to safety. Your Honor, allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and details about the bomb.
Arm's autopsy report adds the court record. Cause of death was trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. Time of death was between 8 and 11 a.m. And stuffed animal bomb. The time bomb that destroyed the courtroom. It was hidden inside a stuffed animal when it was detonated. Curious.
Okay, I know how this works. All evidence for the trial is filed in the court record. When I want to check something out, I just use E.
Oh, this actually just shows the, hitting this just shows the picture of her dead. Okay, I'm already right off the bat noticing something strange. Why is there blood on her chest? That seems weird. Unless it, like, just seeped in through, like, you know, you can see how it, like, goes down her head. Maybe it just somehow seeped there. But even then... Let me see this bomb. Can I... Wait. Oh, I can't actually check the bomb. Paul Justice. He's another lawyer at the office. He's passionate about the law and hates anything that's not fair or just. Juniper Woods, our client in this case. We've been friends since childhood. A sweet girl who loves nature. Gasp in pain. The prosecuting attorney. He seems to exude unpleasantness. Can disarm. Can disarm. Can disarm. Okay. The victim in this case, a detective who was heading up the investigation into a bombing incident. I will never not love just how obvious some of the puns in the names can get. I don't care how bad they are. They're just... sometimes, honestly, the more obvious it is, and the better it is, in my opinion, because it just is funny. It just becomes ridiculous, and I love it. Can disarm.
I'd better take a peek later.
Now then, please call the accused to the witness stand. I also love how they did 3D in these games, honestly. I've seen it. Oh, hello. Defendant, are you feeling alright? You're looking a bit pale.
I'm so sorry. I was feeling a bit weak when I first arrived here at the courthouse. Oh, Flower. But I'm alright. Jean's really giving it her all. I'd better make sure I do the same.
If we could please proceed. Your name and occupation, defendant.
Juniper Woods. I'm a high school student.
Miss Woods, can you confirm you were in the courthouse on the day in question?
Yes, I came to know Paul Justice through my friend Thena. And so, I was there yesterday to watch this trial and lend my support. Something's wrong. Junie's really scared.
Did you know I'm also known as a defendant humiliator? Looks like I have yet another chance to show everyone how I earned that moniker.
Does this arrogance know no bounds? I have to protect Junie no matter what. Hey, you arrogant... Prosecutor Payne.
What is it? Do you want me to demonstrate why I'm known as the Rookie Humiliator instead?
Deep breaths, Thena. Don't let him get to you. Prosecutor Payne, Junie is telling the truth. Mr. Justice also backed up her claim when we saw him in the defendant lobby. And Junie, he said that he was glad to get the lotus fruit you gave him too. He was? Grandma says lotus fruit is good for your eyes. She says they can even help you see into the future. Can? And that's the perfect present for a lawyer. And if that's true, I guess he must not have eaten them.
Sweet meat girl like this blowing a courtroom to bits. I must say it's very hard to believe.
Objection!
Wow, you sound nothing like your previous games. What? That was weird.
No, Your Honor. I'm not letting my voice change, don't worry. Don't let her seemingly innocent appearance fool you. The defendant had a motive for committing this crime.
That's not true. I don't have any kind of motive. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed.
I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant. However, that doesn't matter. The only thing that does is that her objective was the destruction of courtroom number 4 itself.
Oh boy. Whoa!
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Why in the world would Miss Woods want to do that?
That's a very good question, coming from a novice such as yourself. But first, a question for the defendant. Have you ever been brought up on false charges?
What? Why, yes. Yes, I have.
And did that experience cause you to harbor a grudge against the court system?
Objection!
Bruh.
Now wait just 1 minute. If that kind of thing was a motive for blowing things up, then every one of our clients would turn into bombers.
That's a valid point. We won't have a single courthouse left standing in the land.
I can see the accused isn't the only one who might bear resentment against the courts. But Miss Woods is the only person who could have committed this crime. Why? Because we have found some decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt.
Decisive, huh? I'll believe it when I see it.
It involves a very unique aspect of the bomb itself, Your Honor.
And what exactly was so unique about it?
Why don't we have Miss Sykes answer that question?
Me?
I know, so you appear to be very nervous, and, well, gentleman that I am, I'd like to offer you the chance to gain some confidence with such an easy question.
Could he be any more condescending? Really, what a thoroughly unpleasant man. L is for loser.
What did I just say?
Nothing, not a single thing. Widget, I'm going to throw you in the trash later. Now let's see, what was I supposed to do at a time like this? Oh, I know. The court record.
I can't look at it.
The information I need is somewhere in the court record.
Alright, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. What was unique about the bomb that blew up the courtroom? Was it because it was... I got new save slots. I assume it's because it was in a stuffed animal, right? It's in the judge's pocket. No. It's inside a stuffed animal. I love how she slams, not just by hitting her fist into it, but by just smacking it so hard it does the same sound as the fists.
Mr. Payne, what kind of simpleton do you take me for? It was stuffed inside a stuffed animal. Its evil intentions covered up by a cute exterior.
Very good, have a cookie. I will thought, here's a cookie, I just throw it across the room.
Ow! Fine. Thanks, I guess.
The bomb that went off in the courtroom was indeed hidden inside a stuffed animal.
There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? I am fine, just like I said from the start. I can do this.
Yes, as I recall, the bomb was inside a stuffed animal the whole time. I never even got to take a look at it. But what connection does this impish elephant have with the defendant?
The answer to that question lies in another piece of evidence, which I have here.
And what, pray tell me, is this? It appears to be a little singed.
It's a tale, Your Honor. The tale of a poor victim of the explosion.
This is incredible. Are you saying it's Detective Arm's tale?
Your Honor is so very close, but no. It belongs to the stuffed animal. It's called the Phony Fancy. It's a rather unpleasant name, if you ask me.
He's the mascot for a campaign to eliminate false evidence and false charges, is he not?
Exactly. His motto is phony evidence is just trunked up.
That's so wrong on so many levels.
The Phony Fancy's tail is made of vinyl cloth. And we found something very interesting on its surface. The defendant's fingerprints.
What?
The Phony Fancy provided the prosecution with all the evidence we needed. It clearly proves that the accused handled the bomb.
Ow.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would Junie's fingerprints be on it?
That does appear to be pretty irrefutable evidence. The court accepted into evidence. Phony Fancy Tail added to the court record. A piece of the stuffed animal that the bomb was inserted into. The defendant's fingerprints were found on it. Miss Woods, do you have an explanation for this? I can't check evidence in detail quite yet. I assume we're going to be getting that later.
I don't understand.
How about you, Miss Sykes? Do you have any plausible explanation to refute this decisive piece of evidence?
Well, I can't do it. I can't think of a single thing. But I better come up with something. For Junie's sake.
If you can't produce an answer, we can always go straight to the ruling, if you prefer.
No, I have to say something fast.
What?
Oh no. I can't get my voice to work. I now of all times.
Ooh, what was that?
I thought I overcame this already. Maybe I'm still not ready to stand in court.
Athena? Athena? Excuse you? Ooh. Huh? Athena? Oh. What the hell? Oh, this is terrifying. This is awful.
As you can see, there is no room for debate.
Objection!
Well, here's our hero.
Why, it's you.
One Ace Attorney. Hello. I'm here. Sorry it took me so long to get here, Athena. Paul explained the whole thing to me over the phone. He asked me to come help you out in his place.
Thanks for coming. I hate to admit it, but I was having a real rough time on my own.
Oh, I don't know. I think you were doing just fine, all things considered. And you hung in there, giving me enough time to get here. Now, let's turn things around.
You got it, boss.
Look who showed up out of the blue. If it isn't Mr. Phoenix Wright, you always manage to surprise me. Your Honor, Mr. Payne has called for an early ruling. But I believe there are still many things that need to be deliberated. How did Miss Wood's fingerprints wind up on the stuffed animal tail? How was the bomb even detonated? Until these questions are answered, I assert it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made. You're absolutely right. Let's continue from where we left off. I assume you have no objections, Mr. Payne?
None at all, Your Honor.
It's alright, Woods. Miss Woods really looks like she's having a hard time.
Junie's really struggling, Mr. Wright. I get the sense she's afraid of the courtroom itself.
Because of yesterday?
Yeah, it was understandably very traumatic for her.
Poor thing. And here she is, back at the courthouse again, being so brave. I'd like to make a request, Your Honor. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby. Given the defendant's condition... Very well, I grant special permission.
You go get some rest, Junie, and leave the rest to us. Okay, thank you. Sorry about this.
Phoenix Wright. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
It's been a while, Mr. Payne.
You're more clueless than I'd heard. I do believe you mean, how do you do? For I am Gaspin Payne. Not Winston. I'm pretty sure Winston was the one in the last game. I am the younger brother of your long-standing rival, Winston Payne.
What? Long-standing rival? When were we ever rivals, let alone long-standing?
You'll see, Mr. Wright. I will cleanse Winston of the disgrace he met at your hands.
Looks like this royal pain is going to be as thoroughly unpleasant as the other.
Your Honor, the prosecution would now like to call a decisive witness to the stand. This witness will testify as to how the accused detonated the bomb in the courtroom.
Very well. Please call your witness, Mr. Payne. Oh, hello! I don't even remember what the voice I gave you already is.
Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Typing. Witness? Name, Ted Tonate. Occupation, bomb disposal specialist, Ted Tonate. Detonate. Nice. Oh my, what a strange robotic voice you have. Speech synthesis via typing. It is the same as me talking.
He sounds exactly like a robot.
Can you speak in a normal manner? I can.
He can!
But I do not like to speak. Speaking is inefficient. Energy expenditure. Speaking, typing. Speaking weaker than typing. Speaking to typing, I don't know. Understand? What's an odd witness? Why can nothing ever be normal in my freaking courtroom?
Mr. Nate, Mr. Nate, he was in charge of the bomb for that trial and was there when it went off.
Being a bomb squad specialist, do you have any relation to the victim? Negative. I first met the girl while on this job. Many people are employed by the police. I know only a fraction of them. However, I was shocked when I first discovered the body of the victim. Shocked? I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. So he was the first to discover the body, was he?
He is here to testify about the circumstances surrounding the moment of the explosion.
Very well. The court will hear Mr. Tonate's state testimony. But at the very least, show this court some respect and remove that face guard witness.
Aye. Aye.
Witness testimony, this time in 3D! When the bomb went off. The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Bomb name HH3000, operated by timer or with a remote. I was watching a room from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down. I can already tell why that's wrong. So even though the bomb was supposed to be disarmed, it somehow got switched on? Precisely. Activating the timer is very simple. 1. Connect wires. 2. Switch on timer. A monkey could do it. I'm sure even you would be able to do... Ooh, Mr. Wright.
I guess this makes you the blue monkey in this barrel fun, boss.
Ahem. I'd now like to begin my cross-examination... Huh? Excuse you, sir? Sir? Mr. Tonate, what is that? HH3000, aka a bomb. A bomb?! Googly moogly! Mr. Tonate, I demand you disarm it that instant! Whoa. Disassembly complete. 5.3 seconds, 0.2 seconds short of my personal best. Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know. This is an exact replica of the HH3000. Bruh. It is used to practice disarming bombs. Disarm equal success. Explosion equal failure. An exact replica of the bomb that exploded, is it? So what's it looked like? So that's what it looked like. I submitted a photograph of the real bomb taken just before the trial. Oh, what the? It's cracked. Dimensions 10H, X10W, X10D. Weight 12 pounds. A perfect replication. Your bomb does appear to be a very good copy indeed. Hang on. Okay, that's the same. Though, there's already something very apparently wrong with this. You said didn't he just say the bomb was hidden inside the toy? It was hidden inside a stuffed animal when it was detonated. So there's the obvious contradiction already. Yes, however, I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. It has a very puzzling wiring setup. It is regrettable I cannot replicate it. Witness, that's enough. There's no need to replicate anything here. HH3000 bomb updated. It was hidden inside a stuffed animal and can be detonated remotely. And now the defense would begin their cross-examination. Where's Miss Sykes gone? Athena, it's alright now. Athena, you can come out now.
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's get to work.
I guess you were pretty scared, huh?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. She was about to bolt. Hey, put a sock in it, Widget.
As transparent as ever.
Now, let's see. Where were we?
We were at the cross-examination.
Oh, cross-examination, of course.
She seems disoriented. I wonder if she's alright. Maybe I should ask Athena if she remembers how to cross-examine. To help her focus. I got this. Nah, no need for that right now. She'll be fine.
I'll do everything I can to help. If you can't find any contradictions, and you flub up too often, don't be afraid to ask me for help. Press R when the option to consult with me appears. I'll let you know where I think the suspicious statement is.
Sounds good. I'll be counting on you if I get in a bind. Alright, it's cross-examination time. Detonate. When the bomb went off. Let's save here to begin. Alright, we begin.
The bomb was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence.
Hold it!
You say that you disarmed the bomb, but are you really sure it was disarmed?
Absolutely. I can disarm anything in a flash.
That looks more like dismantled than disarmed to me.
Oh, pardon me.
I will put it back together. There. Let's see. Is there any chance you could have forgotten to disarm the bomb?
Impossible. I do not make room entry mistakes like that.
They say to err is human. Although the jury is still out on this guy.
If you must know, Mr. Wright, according to the court's own records, the fact that the bomb had indeed been disarmed was officially confirmed.
I guess I can rule out the possibility that he forgot to disarm it. Could you talk about the bomb in a little more detail for the court, Mr. Tennate?
Certainly.
Bomb name HH3, operated by timer with a remote.
Hold it!
What was the approximate size and weight of the bomb?
Dimensions 10 height, times 10 width, times 10 in depth, weight 12 pounds. This information is also written on the photograph.
Ah, yes. Here, it is, on the back. According to this, the case is made out of alloy plating 5/16 of an inch thick. Oh, I can actually look at this. That certainly sounds like one thick and very heavy bit of metal.
I bet if I dropped that thing on your foot, you'd be hopping.
If you dropped that thing anywhere, I'd be hopping for the nearest exit. Very well, I believe the court has heard enough about the bomb itself. So, Mr. Tennate, you were keeping an eye on the bomb. Where were you watching from?
I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed.
Hold it!
Why were you in the gallery?
My duties may have been over for the moment, but I wanted to keep watch. Even though the bomb was disarmed, you can never be too careful. Explosive devices are very dangerous things.
Ah, how admirably responsible of you. Model to be emulated.
I practice disarming bombs every day. I practice assembling them too.
The disarming part I get, but assembling them...
Well, I'll have you know that I practice presenting evidence every day myself.
I see. But do you ever practice having evidence presented to you?
Presented to me? What? No,
Then you cannot very well call yourself a professional yet, can you?
that does it. I'm gonna start practicing having evidence presented to me every day. And you better drink some coffee, boss. We're gonna be pulling an all-nighter.
I don't think that will be necessary. Or worth either of our time. So, Mr. Tennate, what did you witness from the gallery? I saw that the bomb's timer was counting down, so... Yeah, you saw it, huh? That's a funny thing to say. Considering the fact that no one could see it.
Objection!
So, you say you saw the bomb's countdown. Is that right?
Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0.
And I say that you are clearly lying.
What are you talking about?
There is no way you could have seen the bomb's timer. After all, the bomb was concealed inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Tennate, how can you claim to know the bomb was about to go off when you couldn't even see the timer?
No!
That does seem like a glaring inconsistency indeed. Witness, how do you explain this?
Well,
Ooh, that was great, Mr. Wright. Found a contradiction right off the bat.
Always remember, Athena, when you find an inconsistency in a witness testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, a hidden meaning, a secret. Whatever it is, it's up to us to dig it out.
And pointing out every contradiction we find is the best way to do it, right, boss?
Now the question is, what can we dig out of Mr. Tenate?
Well, let me see. No. There must be some mistake. Oh, yes. Yes, of course. I remember now. The sound. I knew because of the sound.
The sound? What sound?
When the timer of this type of bomb is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep. 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 It is the sound of the bomb counting down.
A beeping noise, you say? I suppose it would be possible to notice that even with the bomb inside the stuffed animal.
I simply have made a mistake. My bad.
Objection!
How in the world did you hear such a tiny little sound while all the way from the gallery?
Listening for the sound of bombs timer is an integral part of my work. I consistently undergo training so that I will never miss it.
I hardly think training would help you hear something so soft from so far away.
What now? Are you making light of the fine science of disarming bombs? It is a solemn mission that I put my life on the line to perform. What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a bomb's timer? It's not like assembling a toaster, you know.
Now he's just showing off.
You keep asserting that the sound was way too tiny to hear, but the only tiny thing I see is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality, you know.
And you're just overflowing with attractive qualities, are you?
Perhaps you have some proof that Mr. Tenate did not hear the sound.
Well, no, but it still seems totally suspect. But it's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. If I have this correct, the prosecution's argument is that someone reactivated the bomb before it was brought into the courtroom. What I don't understand, Miss Payne, is why you believe that person to be Miss Woods.
That's simple, Your Honor. Mr. Tenate happened to be there when it happened. He was there when the defendant rearmed the bomb.
What's this now?
It happened before the trial started. It was when the detective arm and I were transporting the bomb. We brought the bomb to the lobby for defense. Bomb equal evidence. The lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial.
Looking for a chance to get at the bomb, Miss Woods was already there in that lobby. Her goal was solely to rearm the bomb and steal the remote switch.
The remote switch?
Yes, the remote switch, the switch that controls the bomb remotely. Duh. It has been missing ever since the incident.
A switch that starts the time bomb's countdown. It was stolen just before the blast and is now missing.
I am partially to blame. I left the bomb and the remote on top of the transport case, and they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking with the lawyer.
The defendant then used the remote from inside the courtroom to start the timer.
Objection!
How can you assert so unequivocally that the bomb's rearmed in the lobby?
Objection!
The bomb was safely secured in the transport case. The only time it was outside of the case was in that lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity anyone had to meddle with it.
Bruh. Someone other than Mr. Tenate could have opened the case and taken the bomb out.
Impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. And I have the only key that can open the case.
That puts you in major suspect, Boyle! The case Tenate and Detective Arm transport the bomb in, Tenate has the key. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof that it was Miss Woods who stole the remote switch.
And by the same token, you have no proof that wasn't her. But what I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the bomb.
The tail!
5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 deciseconds. The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes.
Talking about a rotten hand. As long as they have her fingerprints as their trump card, I'm at a big disadvantage. It appears we will have to hear from the defendant herself once more.
I wholeheartedly agree, Your Honor. I would like to recall Miss Woods to stand.
I trust you have no objection, Mr. Wright? I'm worried about her condition, but we do need her testimony. On the other hand, I'm not sure what I want to make Athena mad.
I can read your feelings, you know, boss.
Huh? Guess there's no hiding from her, huh?
Don't worry. I know we need her testimony. But if anybody picks on her again, they'll pay.
Guess she's already at anger level 1.
Don't worry. I'll stop the proceedings before I let anything bad happen to her.
The defense has no objections, Your Honor. In that case, I will take my leave. But before I do, there's just one more thing, Mr. Wright. Is it?
Me? Yeah?
Dismantling bombs is my job. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle that? I look forward to seeing you try. Ugh, this guy's hiding something. I just know it. Now, if you will excuse me. Bailiff, please go out to the lobby and bring back the defendant.
Hi.
Huh.
Junie. Athena.
She looks even worse off than before.
Don't worry, Junie. We're here for you. Thanks, Athena. And I'll do my best, too.
You blew up the courtroom because you bear resentment against the courts, correct?
No, of course not.
What's that you say? I can barely hear you.
I haven't done anything wrong. This prosecutor's scary.
Objection!
What an impudent little girl. Stop acting innocent and tell the truth.
This is getting ugly.
You rearmed a bomb because you wanted to blow up the courthouse. Admit it. That's why you went to the lobby where Mr. Justice was, isn't it?
Miss Wright, can I go give that prosecutor a smack?
Later, but not now. What? Of course not. Do we have to review the courtroom manners 101 again?
We can't let a creep like that bullies innocent girls like this off so easily.
I haven't forgotten about how he treated you.
Don't worry about me. Just help Junie. Her heart's crying out. She's so scared. So very scared.
Looks like Athena's picking something up with her heightened sense of hearing. And it sounds like this time it's the voice of the Miss Wood's heart.
Don't deny it. You stole a remote switch and used it in the courtroom, didn't you?
Objection!
Would you shut it, Payne?
Your Honor, please put a stop to this. Mr. Payne is badgering the defendant.
Yes, Miss Woods does seem quite frightened. Mr. Payne, I ask that you behave more like a gentleman.
Ah, but don't you know, Your Honor? There's no more gentleman in this world than I.
As if a gentleman, or even a gentleman, would behave like he does. Don't let that rude ruffian win. Athena.
How dare you call a gentleman such as I a rude ruffian? I'll have you know I attend manners class every Saturday. I'm more than just a mere gentleman. I'm a genteel man.
Now you're just not when you're terrorizing a young lady or not. I demand my money back from that mayor's class if I were you.
Ugh.
I should probably be the adult here and stop the two of them, but... Mr. Payne, that will be enough.
Certainly, Your Honor. No further questions. Let's move on to the defendant's testimony. Miss Woods, please share with the court what you were doing when the bomb went off.
When the bomb went off.
Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off. And rubble started falling. It fell on top of me. Ginny's clearly in pain being forced to recall the bombing like this. She can't even get her words out.
This isn't going to work, so what now?
Hey, wait a minute. Even if she can't vocalize what she wants to say, we can listen to what's inside her heart. Yes, now's the perfect time to use Athena's power.
You can hear it, can't you, Athena? The cries of Miss Wood's heart?
Yes, and they sound incredibly strained. She's so scared. I think she could collapse at any second.
Athena has a unique ability, you see. With her finely tuned sense of hearing, she can hear the words of the witness's heart. In essence, she can sense how a person is really feeling from the tone of their voice. Guess it's all up to Athena and her special ability now. Athena, I want you to use the analytical psychology you studied and listen to the testimony of Miss Wood's heart.
Okay, boss. I'll give it a go. After all, this is the whole reason I call the effort in studying analytical psychology. Okay, let's do this.
Widget power! Ooh, hologram. So your holographic thingamabob can show us how Miss Woods is feeling, right?
In a nutshell, yes. The emotions and images that I picked up on just now while listening to her testimony. I can enter all of that into Widget and use the mood matrix to analyze them.
Ooh! Ooh! Fancy!
These mood markers here reflect fluctuations in Junie's emotions.
Happy!
When she feels happy or is enjoying the memory, the happy marker will light up. When she feels angry or frustrated, the angry marker will react. When she feels sadness or is frightened by a memory, the sad marker will blink. And when she feels surprised or confused, the surprised marker will let us know.
So with your special ability in Widget's Mood Matrix program, we can track how Miss Woods is feeling as she testifies. Talk about the wonders of technology.
Yep, now let's give it a shot. I'm picking up on some kind of discord, or noise in Junie's heart. See here? This is what the noise looks like in the mood matrix. It's a result of inconsistencies between her testimony and her feelings. If we can pinpoint these inconsistencies, the noise level should drop.
Okay, it's time to listen to Miss Woods' true testimony. Let us begin. What is the true feelings of your testimony, Miss Woods? Well, that day, I was watching from the gallery. The bomb went off, and rubble started falling. It fell on top of me.
I think I have a good grasp on Junie's emotional state now. This power of Athena's is incredible. And I'm seeing an unexpected emotion that's inconsistent with the content of her testimony.
Yeah, why was she happy when the rocks fell? What? Already? Look at that last line there. Why is she happy? I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be happy about rocks falling.
Look at this. When she says it fell on top of me, the happy marker is reacting.
Yeah. Well, look at that. That is odd. So why is she happy?
There must be a reason for this contradictory emotion. We just need to do some digging. When you find an unexpected emotion, you'll first need to pinpoint cue it. Then select the unexpected emotion or reaction from the 4 mood markers with space.
Why are you happy? Why are you Witch is registering joy when Miss Woods recalls the rubble falling on her. There must be a reason for this unexpected emotion. Miss Woods, as the rubble was falling, was there also something that made you feel happy?
What? Miss Wright, the feeling of happiness is spreading throughout Junie's heart. Keep going on this point, and I bet Junie will start to calm down.
Great. Let's hear what she has to say.
Just as I was about to escape the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled, I tripped. And then rubble started to fall on top of me. I really thought I was done for. But just then, Apollo came and rescued me.
Apollo?
He used his own body to shield me from the rubble.
So that's when he sustained those injuries.
How do you feel, Junie? Did talking about Apollo give you some courage? Yes, Apollo is just like the sun, strong and bright and warm. Just talking about him makes me feel like a leaf undergoing photosynthesis. And see, your coughing stopped all of a sudden. Oh, you're right. Thank you, Athena.
It's been cut down in half, but there's still some. Looks like we were able to draw out some of the new testimony.
Pretty neat, huh? But there's still some noise left, meaning there must still be some discord in Junie's heart.
Guess we'll have to keep going then.
Let me input this new information and update the moon matrix, and we'll be good to go. You remember what to do, right?
I find an item inspected motion, first pinpoint it.
That's right. And then you select it from the mood markers with space. If we can find the reason for the discord in her heart, then we should be able to draw even more new testimony out.
Let's do it. Info update. I tried to run, but I was too slow. Before I could get away, the bomb went off. I was so startled, I tripped. Then rubble started falling on me. I thought I was done for. But then Apollo came and rescued me. Well, it is true that you're happy during this, but I'm also detecting a hint of sadness in you. Just a hint. But why?
Got it!
Why are you sad about this? You were happy when Mr. Justice rescued you, weren't you?
Yes, I was really happy.
But was there also something you felt sad about at the same time?
Sad?
The reason I ask is, when you were describing how you were rescued, we sensed a little sadness too.
Oh, I think it's probably because of Bumrap Riney.
Bumrap Riney? What do you know? Something new.
That's right. I brought my stuffed animal Bumrap Riney to watch the trial with me. Bumrap Riney and Phony Fanny are brothers.
Who knew that legal world could inspire a whole line of merchandise?
I had Bumrap Riney with me while I was watching the trial. But it wasn't until Paul saved me that I realized I lost him as I was running away. My poor Riney, a victim of that terrible bomb. Oh, I know. You can see what he looks like in this poster.
Oh, yeah.
It's for the campaign to eradicate fake evidence and some false charges.
Phony Fancy and Bumrap Riney, huh? Nothing against the campaign, but why an elephant and a rhinoceros?
That's right. I don't sense any discord in Ginny's heart anymore.
Sweet silence. So I guess that means we managed to draw all out of her testimony.
That's right. I'll just make an update with the new info and we'll have the whole picture. So you think her new testimony will help?
Absolutely. I don't know what I would have done without you, Athena. So Bumrap Riney was in that courtroom when the bomb went off. Now that we know that, it changes the meaning of that other piece of evidence. All I have to do is present it. The right statement. Okay, so. I was watching it from the gallery with Bumrap Riney, but I tried to run, but I was too slow. I should probably save here. Before I could get out of the courtroom, the bomb went off. I was so startled I tripped, then rubble started falling. Then Apollo came and rescued me. Aha!
Objection!
That's the problem. Miss Woods, I know this trial's been very hard for you, but you can relax now. You are without a doubt innocent. Mr. Wright, what wild assertion are you making now? My wild assertion is simply this. The two stuffed animals were mixed up. The tail defense fingerprints were found on, wasn't that a phony fancy? It was the tail of her gallery companion, Bumrap Riney.
Objection!
What? What nonsense is this? I can see they're both stuffed animals, yes, but they're completely different characters. An elephant and a rhino. They're as distinct as a defense lawyer and a prosecutor.
But are they really so different? Both defense lawyers and prosecutors strive to protect the peace and through law.
Even elephants and rhinos have some similar characteristics. They're both gray, for example.
Anyway, this poster is all I need to prove my assertion to be true. If I may direct the court's attention here, you'll clearly see how the two got mixed up. The tail.
Take that!
Well, would you look at that? The two tails are exactly the same. Yes, exactly. The two stuffed animals are based on entirely different animals, but the design of their tails is exactly the same.
Ah! Ah, my hair! Look, I have Apollo's, like, hair thing now.
Order in the court. As long as the possibility exists that the tail belongs to Bum Rap Riney, we can no longer consider it to be decisive proof that the defendant handled the bomb. As things stand, I consider the charges against the accused unsubstantiated. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Payne?
Oh, yes, of course, Your Honor.
Oh, that's great, Mr. Wright. You turned things right around.
Yeah, it's not over yet, but at least we managed to hold out this long. I believe that brings our proceedings for the day to a close. Mr. Payne, I'm afraid you have some serious investigating ahead of you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. Let us reconvene tomorrow. Court is adjourned. Oh, that was fast. December 17th, 11:56 a.m. District Court. Art. Defendant Lobby number 5. I have to ask... wait time. If I might... Yeah, whatever.
That's so exciting, boss. We did it! True to form, you managed to just barely pull it off at the very last moment.
True to form? Gee, I never knew you had such a glowing opinion of me. Hi.
Thank you for everything, and you're doing.
You did great, Miss Woods. You really stuck it out.
And you got really brave at the end, just when we need you most, Junie. Thanks to you, we were able to turn things around. Well, you were the one who gave me that courage, Athena. Really? Thanks. So, be honest, was I any help at all?
Of course! What is that silly face? Without you, we would have never gone out of that tight spot.
That's good to hear. I may still have a lot to learn, but you can bet I'm going to give it my all. I'll be so good that one day you will call me your partner.
That's what I like to hear. In analytical psychology, the ability to solve the riddles of a person's heart. Athena's true potential is beginning to really shine through now.
Hey, where's Apollo anyway?
Good question. I almost forgot about him. I assume he'd still be here in the lobby.
Oh, I know. Maybe he's still in courtroom number 4.
Courtroom number 4? What would he be doing at the scene of the explosion?
When I came out to the lobby to eat a rest, I told Apollo about Bum Rap Riney. I told him I dropped up Riney in the courtroom as I was trying to escape before the blast. And then Apollo said he had an idea where Riney might be, so we went to take a look together. Huh. I guess Apollo can be pretty nice when he wants to be.
So you went looking for Riney together before you were called back into courtroom number 5?
Yes. I'd had some time to rest, so I was able to go and look for him. But then they called me into courtroom number 5 to testify. Paul insisted on staying there, though. With all those injuries, I wonder how he's managing. I think Paul might have figured out something out.
Wonder what it was.
He told me I'm going in to look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper.
Just maybe found some new piece of evidence?
Anyway, we better go and get him.
Good idea. Apollo! Apollo! Apollo!
Where are you, Apollo? Trial's over for today.
Apollo!
Come on, I know you're...
Is Apollo okay?
No.
Apollo! Apollo! Oh God! Apollo! Please? To be continued. Right now. December 18th, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5. This isn't exactly how I envisioned the second day of this trial got to start. But, given how things ended yesterday... Good morning. Hi. The mood sure is tense. Not that that's any surprise.
Oh, hey. Did you read the paper this morning, boss?
Huh? The paper? That came out of left field.
You didn't read it? Then you didn't know the big news. Somebody spotted an abominable snowman and way up in the mountains.
Tell me you know the difference between a paper and a tabloid, Athena.
It might show up in the forest where you live, Junie. So you better watch out, okay?
Well, what do we do?
You really should read the story for yourself. I couldn't even begin to do it justice. Justice?
Uh-oh. You may have just done something bad.
Oh, poor Apollo. It's all my fault. Athena! Oh, Junie, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry.
They think she did it, didn't. What we found yesterday was not Apollo's dead body, thank goodness. He'd been assaulted by someone with a blow to his head and was lying unconscious. We rushed him to the hospital right away, and it looks like he's gonna pull through. But it was still quite a shock to stumble onto a scene like that. Miss Woods are right, Athena.
Well, I managed to get her to stop crying. Now she's resting on that sofa over there.
I guess she really feels responsible for what happened to Apollo.
Poor Junie. She believes that the reason Apollo was attacked is because he was helping her look for something in that courtroom.
Oh? Guess I can see why she's thinking that. By the way, how are you doing?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. I know you're concerned about Miss Woods, but are you alright?
Me? I'm doing just fine, boss. I mean, yeah, it was a huge shock, but I'm alright. People who study analytical psychology are great at times like these. After all, they've learned how to control their own emotions, too.
Somehow, I don't think it's as easy as she makes it sound. But there's no denying she's a real trooper. Apollo doesn't remember a thing, does he?
Yeah, he can't recall anything from the time right before he was assaulted. Nothing about what he was doing in the courtroom number 4 or who assaulted him. The doctor says it's probably due to that hit he took to the head. Assaulted in a court of law and losing your memory is at that. I know how that feels. Gosh dang it. Who in the world would do such a thing, huh, Mr. Wright? Just wait till I get my hands on the coward who hurt our Apollo.
Now, Athena. I thought you said you were in control of your emotions. Let's just focus on helping Miss Woods, okay? But I admit, I'm just as upset as you.
Okay, boss. You're right. Apollo's assailant can wait until after we clear Junie's name.
That's the spirit. Now, let's see. I'd better check out the court record one more time before the trial starts. Oh, wait a minute. You think someone was trying to actually kill Apollo the same way? Ooh. Trauma to the back of the head caused by a flat object. It almost sounds like someone's trying the same thing over and over again.
Earth Tour, Mr. Wright, I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright, let's get ready to rumble.
You bet.
With everything that happened with Apollo, I didn't have time for a proper investigation. I can't let that stop me, though. I have to get this right, for Miss Wood's sake and Apollo's too. December 18th, 9:50 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 5. Day 2. I think this is like the first time in these games that it actually goes to day 2 in one of these court sessions, in the first court case, I should say. The first court case. I don't think it ever does that usually. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is also ready, Your Honor. Now then, I believe I instructed the prosecution to further their investigation. Were you able to locate the remote switch in question?
I'm afraid the remote switch is still missing, Your Honor.
I must say I'm disappointed, Mr. Payne. Not angry, just disappointed.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Aha! Looks like the prosecution is just as unprepared as I am.
There's a separate matter, however, that I would like to bring up during this trial.
A separate matter, you say? And what might that be?
I assume you're aware of that another incident occurred during yesterday's trial. I'm thinking, of course, of the assault on Mr. Justice in the ruins of courtroom number 4.
Uh-oh. Why is he bringing that up? Yes, what a truly harrowing experience it must have been. Poor Mr. Justice.
At the time of the attack, Mr. Justice was not alone. He was with the defendant, Miss Juniper Woods.
He isn't going where I think he's going with this, is he?
The prosecution wishes to indict Miss Woods on the charge of Mr. Justice assault.
Bruh. He was her defense lawyer. Order in court! Mr. Payne, the incident under deliberation here is the courtroom bombing. The assault on Mr. Justice has nothing to do with this trial.
Ah, but I believe there is a connection between this case and Mr. Justice's assault. Please take a moment to consider these facts. Both events occurred in courtroom number 4. This is the location in courtroom number 4 where the unconscious Mr. Justice was discovered. As you can see, it's quite close to where Detective Arm's body was found.
Courtroom number 4 diagram adds to the court record. A diagram of the courtroom as it was when Apollo was discovered after the assault.
The question is, why did the culprit feel the need to maliciously attack Mr. Justice?
Why indeed? What do you believe their motive to be, Mr. Payne?
I believe Mr. Justice found something in that courtroom while Miss Woods was with him. Evidence that fingered her as the perpetrator of the bombing.
You mean he found some incriminating evidence?
Precisely, and so I surmise the defendants picked up a piece of rubble and hit Mr. Justice on the back of the head in order to silence him.
Objection!
Bruh.
Judy would never do such a thing. She was devastating when she fought on Apollo like hurt like that.
Miss Sykes, please control your outbursts.
Ahem. It's the prosecution's belief that by deliberating on Mr. Justice's assault, we will draw ever closer to the truth of the courtroom bombing itself.
Very well. Miss Woods is hereby officially indicted on the charge of assaulting Mr. Justice.
What? Why are you listening to Mr. Toupee over here?
Although, considering our conversation yesterday...
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Wonder what it was.
He told me I'm going on the look for evidence to clear your name, Juniper.
You know what? I'm gonna try something. Tex is a little on the slow side, so let's see if we can't help with that. Maybe the two incidents really are related after all.
I'd like to start by hearing from the defendant herself.
Very well. Bailiff, please bring Miss Woods to the witness stand. No.
I'm sorry. I can't seem to stop.
Miss Woods. Guess she's still really upset about Apollo. Miss Woods?
Miss Woods, you went to the ruins of courtroom number 4 with Mr. Justice, did you not?
Yes, I did.
Good, good. If you would, then please testify about what happened into the court.
Witness testimony. Alone with Apollo.
During the trial yesterday, I was overcome by a fit of coughing. Apollo stayed with me and we went into the courtroom rooms together. But then I was called back to this courtroom to give testimony. Apollo insists on staying behind in the courtroom number 4. I swear I didn't attack Apollo. Why would I ever hurt such a kind person?
So Mr. Justice stayed by your side while you were feeling unwell. What an admirable young man. I thought his loud voice was his only outstanding feature.
He may look like a little imp at times, but Apollo can be really nice too.
I hope she didn't hurt her wrist backhanding that one out. But one has to wonder, why did Mr. Justice stay behind in the ruins?
I think Apollo might have figured something out.
Something? What kind of something?
Something to do with the courtroom bombing, kind of something, I think.
Oh-ho! New evidence for the case, was it? That's a very big kind of something, indeed.
I believe so. He mentioned looking for some evidence when I was called away.
You know what? I'm actually gonna turn this right back off.
Objection!
Oh dear.
Just as I thought. There is a connection between the two incidents. But the defendant has told a very big lie, Your Honor.
What line is that?
When she learned Mr. Justice would be looking for evidence, she attacked him. She attacked him to give herself the chance to destroy the evidence.
No! I never...
Objection!
Miss Woods repaid Mr. Justice's kindness with the violence. We found the proof of her foul deed there the other day, in the courtroom ruins.
What on earth?
You see it? There in front of Mr. Justice's right hand. Witness the message he left us.
That wasn't there before, jackass. It's written in blood. Woods. Why isn't that?
That's right, Your Honor. It says Woods in capital letters.
What?
I submit that Mr. Justice left us with the name of his attacker before he fainted.
That's some bull.
No! That can't be true! Why would Apollo write my name? That's right, the nerve of him leaving that message. Why would he do this?
Hey, don't take it out on me. I don't understand it any more than you. When we discovered Apollo yesterday. Apollo!
No.
We didn't even have a chance to rush over him. As soon as security heard Athena scream, they ran in and cordoned off the area. After that, they were there in courtroom number 4 with Apollo the whole time. We couldn't investigate anything ourselves and had to leave everything to the police. Still, I never thought they would find some bloody writing there. Now then, please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Isn't that odd, though? I don't know. I was overcome by a fit of coughing.
Hold it!
Do you always cough when you get nervous, Miss Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Wright, please do not make Miss Woods nervous by pressing us so ruthlessly. But that barely even qualifies as a quasi-question.
Let's help her relax with a little small talk before we dive into the cross-examination. You know, ask her about her hobbies and her crushes and stuff.
Her crushes? Really? I don't know about this.
Hold it!
Why exactly did you go to the courtroom ruins?
We went to look for my medicine. To stop my coughing.
Your medicine? Why would your medicine be in courtroom number 4?
I dropped it in the heat of the moment. Bumrat Briny. He was keeping my medicine safe for me. He has a little compartment that I can put things in, you see.
And Phony Fancy has the same type of pocket. That's where the bomb was inserted.
I had put my medicine for my coughing fits inside Bumrat Briny. When I told Paul about it, he said he'd help me go look for him. There was so much rubble in there. I was worried, but there was no rubble or anything in front of the witness stand. So when we got inside, Apollo went straight there and started looking for my Ronnie in that area. It was so nice of him to do that for me, in spite of all his injuries. Apollo's so strong and kind, just like the trees of the forest.
The way she makes him sound, you'd think Apollo was some kind of ancient god. Oh, wait! So that's why you went to the ruins. I see. That seems to be quite an important fact. Please add to your testimony, Miss Woods. Apollo started looking for Bumrat Briny near the witness stand, where there was no rubble.
Hold it!
Bonk! The area around the witness stand? Are you sure about that?
I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
No, of course not. I was just testing my hearing. Must not upset her. Must not upset her.
Yes, I'm sure that's where we searched first.
Hold it!
That was when you were called to the stand after Mr. Tenate's testimony, right?
Yes, the bailiff came to courtroom number 4 and brought me back to his courtroom.
And what about Mr. Justice? Did he come with you, or did he stay behind? Apollo's assistant staying behind in the courtroom number 4.
Hold it!
I'd better not ask her about Apollo. I know. I'll use some small talk here to get her to relax a bit. Do you have any hobbies, Miss Woods?
Hobbies? Oh, well, I love growing vegetables in my garden. And I love to knit. I like sewing, too. I made this outfit myself. Keep it up, Mr. Wright. It's working. Ask her if she has a crush on anyone.
Ahem. So, is there anyone in particular you like right now?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, is that question even remotely related to this case?
To this case? Not really. Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking questions unrelated to the case at hand. Sorry, Your Honor. I just won the brownie points.
Miss Woods, please continue with your testimony. I believe you were telling the court about your attack on Mr. Justice.
It's gotta be this statement. Whoopsie. Is it this?
Objection!
Yeah. I mean, there's rubble everywhere, madam. So we started a search with the witness stand, you say?
That's right. I guess maybe he wanted to start from the furthest point in the room. He was being so brave. And strong.
But that's odd. Under the circumstances, he shouldn't have been capable of that.
But he was, and he still is. He might not look it, but he really is brave, and kind too.
No, that's not the part I'm finding fault with. Someone has a crush on Apollo. What you are claiming is something that no one should have been able to do. But I should think that anyone could be brave and kind if they wanted to be, Mr. Wright. True, anyone can be brave and kind, but if you would please take a look at this diagram. With the courtroom in this state, how was it possible to walk up to the witness stand?
Oh,
I see your point. The rubble blocks off the access to the area around the witness stand.
Does such a tiny inconsistency even matter? Perhaps the witness is simply misremembering it.
Ugh. Great, now I'm not so sure if it matters.
A real man doesn't make mountains out of molehills, you know.
But that's precisely what Mr. Wright does best. I call slander, Your Honor! So, what is it? Was it really impossible to approach the witness stand? I have to say, it's a bit hard to tell with any accuracy from just this diagram. Mr. Payne, do you have any other photos of the crime scene?
Let me see, Your Honor. Ah, yes. I have one more. Here it is. It's a more pulled-back version of the photo I presented before.
Oh, I see. I get it. Wait a minute. I see you. I see you. Huh? What's that hunk of metal on the wheels? Mr. Rain, is the metallic object in the photo Mr. Tenate's bomb transport case?
That's right. Is there some problem?
Ah, yes. That transport case was there in the courtroom number 4 when the bomb went off. It must have been there ever since.
oh, that's it.
Miss West, have you remembered something?
Yes, I just realized. Its position. It's different from before.
Its position? The position of what?
The position of that big metal thing.
The bomb transport case?
Yes, when Apollo and I went there, it was in a different place. Where the cases in the photo was open space, so it was easy to search the stand.
I see. So where was the transport case when you and Mr. Justice saw it?
As I recall, I think it was more to the right.
To the right? Then that means... In that case, the case was over there at the time of Paul's attack. Huh.
Who cares when the transport case was when? What difference does it make? It has nothing at all to do with what we were talking about.
Objection!
But the transport case has everything to do with this discussion. In fact, it's so important that it's enough to turn the prosecution's argument on its ear. Well, that certainly sounds very relevant indeed. And you sound as though you know where the case was at the time of the attack. Yes, Your Honor. This diagram represents the crime scene as shown in the photo. It would have been on top of it, wouldn't it? In which case, how the heck would you have written anything? I don't know about you, but the only thing you'd be writing was on the case itself. And this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault on Mr. Justice. Alright, I have this. The bomb transfer case was here at the time of Paul's attack. If it was to the right, then it would have to be around here, right?
Take that!
Your Honor, I assert that this is where the transport case was at the time of the assault. But that's...
Inconceivable!
Miss Woods, was this where the transport case was when you saw it?
Yes, that's where it was.
Thank you, Miss Woods. I'm sure the court has noted an interesting fact about this position. The transport case covers up the writing in blood. Exactly. If the transport case was in that position at the time of the assault, then no message could have been written there because the case was in the way. Which leads us to conclude that Mr. Justice couldn't have left that bloody writing.
Objection!
Why should we believe that the defendant's claim that the case was in a different position? She's obviously lying.
Objection!
Wanna bet? The fact that the case was moved after the assault on Mr. Justice is proved by more than Miss Wood's testimony alone.
What? And where's this proof you're talking about?
It's right here in the crime photo. I'm keen to see this proof myself, Mr. Rice. What in this photo indicates that the transport case was moved after the assault? Ah, I see it. You see these lines? You see them? I don't know where exactly you want me to point, but look at this line. All I prove Your Honor is right. Here? I'm afraid I don't follow. I see what it's talking about, but at the same time, I don't know where I'm pointing.
That's right. I'm sensing feelings of doubt from you. Which means you're just thinking while stabbing in the dark, aren't you?
Ouch. You're good. I bet you can also tell I'm about to feel in a few seconds. You're on yourself a penalty. There is, and I pointed it out, but it doesn't exactly work. Better take another good look at the photo. Suggest you give it another try, Mr. Wright. Oh, I can actually save here now. Oh, that's cool. I don't have to save a dialogue section before. Is it the wheels themselves?
Take that!
Game, I can see the answer, but you're not being very cooperative with me. Oh, wait. The rip. Please look at the mark that runs over Mr. Justice's bandages here. I see it, but what is it? This mark was made by one of the casters from the transport case carrying the bomb. As the case was moved, it ran over his bandages. In other words, the transport case was originally to the right of Mr. Justice. Then, after Mr. Justice was assaulted, the transport case was moved. Just as Miss Wood said, the case was covering the writing at the time of the assault. Therefore, it was impossible for Mr. Justice to have left that message in blood.
No!
You did it, boss. He was a real nail biter, but you pulled it off.
Yep, I should bring down the prosecution's claim like a house of cards. Order! Order in court! Mr. Wright, that was a very clever deduction. Aw, it was nothing, Your Honor. Nothing but pure genius. Take that.
Boss, I'm sensing a different smug and braggy vibe coming off of you.
Ah!
I have just one question, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? If Mr. Justice didn't leave this message in blood, then who did? Huh?
What?
Well, that's a great question, sir. It looks like I should have taken that train of thought through the last station.
Well, I've heard a lot about this. So this is Mr. Wright's famous bluffing technique, is it?
Ah, this feeling. It brings back memories of the old days. Back when you carved out a name for yourself by bluffing your way through thick and thin.
Gee, Mr. Wright, the judge kind of makes you sound no better than a two-bit con man.
You made your argument with such confidence, Mr. Wright. I'd like to hear your answer with just as much confidence.
Hey, until the judge asked the question, you didn't catch on either, Buster.
What now, boss?
I hope you didn't bluff your way into a corner.
Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way through this. I have to dig my way through to the truth somehow. Who could have written that message in blood? Isn't it the culprit? If Apollo didn't leave that bloody writing...
It was Apollo's attacker who wrote it and made it look like Apollo did it?
That seems like the most reasonable explanation.
But wait a minute. But I just realized something, boss.
What is it?
Look at the amount of blood in the photo. Doesn't it look like Apollo's blood? It doesn't look like Apollo's blood very much. I wonder if it's even possible to write out Woods with just this much.
Hey, you're right. Good thing Apollo didn't lose that much blood. That might be a factor in why he survived the assault.
And since there was so little blood, that pretty much rules out his attacker, huh?
I guess so. But if it wasn't his attacker, then who else could have been? Who could have written that message in blood? Someone else. If it wasn't Apollo, who could have left the bloody message? There's only one person.
Take that!
This person? And what do you base this claim on? Time travel, that's what I base it off. Apollo. The person who wrote the bloody message is none other than Mr. Justice. Pardon me?
What?
Huh?
Mr. Wright, didn't you just finish saying they couldn't have been Apollo? And don't try to blame it on old age.
Oh yeah, how old is Phoenix at this point in the game? In the series?
Not only does your head resemble a bird, but it seems like you have bird brain as well.
Mr. Wright, please try to think before you speak. I better give that another try. Who could have written that message? Wait! You don't think it could have been...
Take that!
To be honest, I don't actually have any real proof of this. But I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Besides Apollo, there was one more person who shed blood at this crime scene. A person who shed blood? You don't mean... Oh, but I do. I believe it was Candace Arm who left behind this message in blood. What?
What? Detective Arm! Are you sure you know what you're doing here?
Not really.
Objection!
What kind of ridiculous assertion is that? If you had said the attacker left the message to throw people off, it might have made sense.
At first glance, that would seem to be the most reasonable explanation. However, Apollo didn't shed enough blood to write such an extensive message.
Uh-oh.
Ah, I see. Even the photo makes it clear there wasn't enough blood to write all those letters. And Mr. Justice did survive. I suppose he didn't bleed very extensively in that case.
But why would Detective Arm write the defendant's name? There's no connection between the two whatsoever.
How do you even know the lady who was killed?
I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and the defendant.
I don't think it's supposed to say Woods.
They'd never even met each other.
That's very true. Well then, let's see. Then maybe the intended meaning of the message is not what it appears to be. The intended meaning?
Not what it appears to be.
Maybe the message was not intended to be Woods. Coming from you, that's quite the bold statement, Mr. Wright. You wish to assert that this bloody writing could have had some other meaning? Yes, Your Honor. There's something I pulled out of a wormhole. It could turn out to be true, right?
Objection!
It clearly says woods, as anyone can plainly see. What other meanings could it possibly have had?
Objection!
But Candace Arm was a detective. Maybe Woods. It means something into police. Police. Like a police scanner code, for example. I didn't think of that.
You may have tricked his honor, but you'll never get the best of me. I have a thing for studying on the weekends, as you may have already guessed. And there's no such radio code for woods in this state, dear Mr. Wright.
Is that a fact?
Don't look at me. I know as much as you do about police codes.
Enough of this. I was quite taken with the defense's new theory. But if they can't substantiate it with anything, then I must end things here.
No, please, wait, Your Honor.
Very well, but before we discuss this theory any further, I demand a plausible explanation. So, Mr. Wright, what is the true meaning of the bloody writing? Well, I believe it's, And no stalling. If you can't come up with an answer quickly, I will declare the discussion officially over. I'm in trouble now. What other meaning could it have had besides the obvious one? Maybe it means something in another language? Or maybe it's a code. Think, Phoenix. You can do this. Which piece of evidence will tell us what the word woods really means? I think it's this.
Take that!
The bomb transport case? I've about had it up to here with your shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Take a look at the numbers on this case, Your Honor. L10015R. Doesn't this string look vaguely familiar? Those 10... What does that have to do with anything?
What could those numbers possibly have to do with the case at hand?
Now, please take a look at the bloody writing shown in the crime photo.
Oh, I think I see it.
That a girl. That's one on my side. It says woods. Or you could say it's a horse of a different color, Your Honor. The first character isn't a W. It's actually an L and a 1. The next two are zeros. Oh, my goodness! The true meaning behind the bloody writing isn't Miss Wood's name. It's the number engraved on this bomb transport case.
Objection!
What are you talking about? The next part doesn't make any sense. The next number is a 1, but the bloody writing says D.
Objection!
But the number on the case and the bloody writing can be made to match up quite easily. This is how the number on the transport case can be made to match the bloody writing. This is how the number on... I'm gonna be honest, this one doesn't actually make sense to me. What lines are we erasing is the question I'm having. Let's erase 2. Please erase the third downward stroke of the W and the card part of the D. Ah, there we go. Well, would you look at that? Luis? No, Your Honor. It isn't meant to be read as a word. It's the number L10015. Which, if you take away the final R, is the exact same number that's on the bomb transport case.
Objection!
Erase 2 lines and they match up, you say? Well, I can change anything into anything else by simply erasing 2 lines. What if we erase 2 lines from your name? Would you be happy as Mr. Rye?
Well, would you, Mr. Rye? The only right way spelling is right. Okay, I'm doing pretty well here, and I think I've drawn the right conclusion. Detective Arm's real message to us is the bomb transport case number. Your Honor, the 2 lines were added by the real culprit but to intentionally mislead people.
What?
The original message Detective Arm left behind was a transport case number. Or whoever assaulted Apollo changed the message.
If you're right, boss, then what do you suppose Detective Arm was trying to tell us?
Good question. What does this number represent? Do you see this number here? That is my identification number. Candace Arm lost her life in the courtroom bombing. Her dying message could only have had one purpose.
No!
Tell us the name of the one responsible for the bombing. Well, don't keep us in suspense, Mr. Wright. Tell us who she was trying to name. The culprit that the victim was trying to identify is none other than Ted Tonate.
Take that!
The defense wishes to indict Mr. Ted Tonate on the charge of the courtroom bombing. Ted Tonate? Apparently, disabling bombs isn't Mr. Tonate's only specialty. Somehow, the victim must have realized that he was the bomber. So when she was caught in the blast, she left his bomb transport case number as her dying message. She used Mr. Tonate's own ID number to finger him for the crime.
Objection!
Why would anyone go out of their way to write an ID number? Wouldn't they simply write the person's name?
He's got a good point. What do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? That only Detective Arm would know the answer to that. Allow me to offer a theory. Perhaps Detective Arm couldn't recall Mr. Tonate's name in the heat of the moment. As I recall, this was the first meeting between the two. It's entirely possible they wouldn't have been familiar with each other.
Or maybe using the ID number was a way to hide its true meaning from the real culprit, thus lowering the odds that they would erase the bloody writing.
But no matter what the reason, the important thing is the meaning behind her message. Fact remains, she wrote Mr. Tonate's ID number.
Objection!
Now, just one moment here. There hasn't been any proof yet that it was indeed Detective Arm who wrote it. The bloody writing wasn't found during the investigation after the blast. If Detective Arm had left the message, it should have been found at that time.
Objection!
Didn't you forget about the case? Naturally, Mr. Tonate hid it before anyone could discover it. There's a simple explanation for that, how he was able to do so. Mr. Tonate was able to cover the message up because he's wearing those weird goggles. He's probably the first to find the body, wasn't he? Considering how silly the R2 sound. The first person to discover the bloody writing was Mr. Tonate himself. I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. When Mr. Tonate saw the victim had written his ID number, he used the bomb transfer case to cover up the bloody writing as a stopgap measure.
Oh, so that's why the messaging blood was under the transport case.
He didn't have enough time to try and scrub away the writing. If he didn't report the body right away, he would look suspicious. But those letters lived on to serve another function. And Mr. Tonate used them in another incident. Oh, the assault on Mr. Justice! Exactly. Mr. Tonate hit upon a plan to use the bloody writing for his own purposes. So he didn't clean it away. Instead, he made it look like Mr. Justice wrote it. By adding 2 lines to the writing that Detective Arm left behind, he changed the meaning of the message. He made it look like Mr. Justice was accusing Miss Woods of the attack.
So that means
The only person who could have altered the bloody writing was the courtroom bomber, who was the same person that assaulted Mr. Justice. That person is Ted Tonate.
My hair!
Order in the court! Order, I say! It looks like we will have to hear from the bomb specialist himself. Mr. Bain, please have Mr. Tonate take the witness stand.
Yes, Your Honor.
that was great, Mr. Wright.
Just doing what I do best. But just flying by the seat of my pants. Dismantling the case is yours. Do you think you can handle it? I look forward to seeing you try. I've finally drawn Mr. Tonate back into the witness stand. Looks like you'll get your wish, Goggle Man. Watch me take your lies apart. Hello, Tonate. Mr. Tonate, I'm afraid we have a few more questions for you. I understand the situation, Your Honor. I was keeping a close eye on the proceedings from the gallery. The allegations are all laughable.
Objection!
Bruh, don't you dare. I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, Mr. Tone. Message in blood matches your ID number. The same ID number that is there on that bomb transport case. Such a far-fetched theory. No better than a tangled ball of wires. I'll have them untangled for you in no time at all. You're the first person on the scene after Detective Arm left her message in blood. You were the only one who could have hidden the writing, and then used it again later. I see, ×2. But then, let me ask you, do you have any proof that Detective Arm wrote that message? That's a very good question. Or do you, Mr. Wright? Let me see something. That's not the right thing. Of course, her hands up. The best way to prove that Detective Arm wrote that message is to... I would say analyze the DNA, right? Your Honor, I request that the DNA test be performed on the blood itself. Once we know who it is, it will be obvious as to who wrote the message. Very well. Bailiff, put in a request for a DNA test with the forensics team. Yes, Your Honor. It'll be some time before we have the results of the analysis. Until then, let's hear more from the witness. I would like nothing more, Your Honor. I want the court to hear now how ridiculous the defense's theory is. Alright, bomb boy. Let's do this. After the explosion... I admit I was the first one to the scene after the explosion, but there was no bloody writing there at the time. Anyway, there's no way Detective Arm could have written it. She struck her head on rubble and died near the courtroom entrance. She was too far away from there where the bloody message was found. So, you're saying that the victim's body was nowhere near where the writing was? Precisely. It is as plain as day that she could not have written it.
It's true that the body was discovered near the entrance to the courtroom. Please have a look at this crime scene photo. As you can see, there's blood on the rubble near the victim's body. She must have died after hitting her head there.
I see. Alright then, Mr. Wright. May cross-examine the witness. Do you have what it takes to take my invaluable testimony apart? Boy, you're the first case villain. Don't try this. You don't get to act so smug. Although then again, now that I think about it, I feel like Kristoff was the same way, so...
Hold it!
Alright, Boyle, let's start pressing. Why were you the first person on the scene? To secure the area, it is regulation for a bomb disposal specialist to enter first. In other words, you had the opportunity to alter the bloody writing then, didn't you? Well...
Objection!
Mr. Wright, please don't interrupt. Mr. Tenney is about to give testimony that will show just how wrong your reasoning is.
Darn. I think he was just about to say something interesting, too. When I went and saw the aftermath, well, it was quite the disaster.
Hold it!
Apologies, I'm taking a drink of water. You were able to tell this even with those goggles on? With these goggles, there is no way I could have missed something like that. I can see quite well with them. In fact, I can see every hair on your spiky head. Oh, you have a few grays, Mr. Wright.
What?
Poor Mr. Wright. You're always working so hard keeping your office together.
Wait a minute, I don't have any gray hairs. Just kidding.
Objection!
Bruh. I object the witness's attempt to prematurely give me gray hair. Mr. Tennant, this court frowns upon untoward comments on a person's hair, or lack thereof.
I'm sensing a great weight of sorrow coming from the judge.
My apologies, Your Honor. May I please continue my testimony? Man just offended both Phoenix and the judge.
Hold it!
If she didn't write it, then who do you propose did? Mr. Justice, of course. Just before dying, he wrote the name of his attacker, Juniper Woods.
A message from your poor subordinate.
Poor Mr. Justice. Starting to get all misty-eyed. Apollo is not dead, folks.
So, how can you be so sure it wasn't Detective Arm who wrote the message? It is very simple.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hang on. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. Her death was on a flat.
Objection!
You are a terrible liar, Mr. Tenate. Take a look at this autopsy, specifically the part about Detective Arm's head injury. Cause of death, trauma to back of head caused by impact with a flat object. Yes, what about it? Now take a good look at the bloody piece of rubble. It's sharp and pointed.
Hey, you're right, boss. It is pointy. Just like your hair.
That is odd, isn't it? What could be the meaning of this contradiction? I believe it means the victim did not hit her head on this piece of rubble. The bloodstain you see is just another fabrication. Its purpose is to mislead us into thinking the victim died near the courtroom entrance.
Are you claiming the culprit moved the victim's body?
That's exactly what I'm claiming. The victim hit her head at some other location, most likely on the floor or some other flat surface. And this location was somewhere near where the bloody writing was found.
In that case, she definitely could have written the message.
Got her! I have the results of the bloodstain analysis. Ah, very good timing. Let's take a look. According to this report, the message was written in Detective Arm's blood. And as the defense claims, only the parts of the message that were added afterwards were written in Mr. Justice's blood. It would appear that the defense's assertion is correct after all. Aha! So, I feel like this already is clearing Juniper's name.
Yes, you did it. You're right, boss.
Now I have to drive it home. I'll have to take a good look at the bloody writing and analysis later. Mr. Tenate, it is now apparent that you have told several lies to this court. Report proves that the writing was done in Detective Arm's blood. DNA analysis definitely proves the blood of the writing to be that of the victim, Candace Arm, age 27. However, the lines that were added later were found to be written in the blood of Apollo Justice, age 23. I hope you have some sort of explanation for yourself. Someone's nervous. Fine, I will confess. You will? Then why are you so calm? This time I will tell the truth. The truth. It is true that Detective Arm wrote my ID number. She very plainly wrote L10015R. I was shocked, but I did not detonate the bomb. Detective Arm must have mistaken me for the real bomber. Not wanting to be accused, I moved the body and covered the writing. My bad. Are you serious? Bro! I see, so is your assertion that you merely moved the body, is that it? That is correct. I did not kill Detective Arm. Oh well, if that's all you did, then... Wait a minute. That is in and of itself a criminal act. Glad to see you finally crossed that finish line, Your Honor. Very well then. Your cross-examination, please, Mr. Wright. The man just admitted to one crime. Okay. It makes my job a tiny bit easier, I think.
Hold it!
So you meant that you actually did see the bloody writing that Detective Arm left? My bad. I should have said so from the outset. And you're sure it was your ID number? I am sure. It was definitely my ID number. That number was assigned exclusively to me by the police department. The number is assigned to my goggles as well. So those funky things were provided by the police department.
Although these are special goggles customized by me personally.
Speaking of personalized, these sunglasses of mine were custom made as well. They were specially created to be particularly dark and shiny.
Speaking of special, my gavel is made of mahogany and was custom made as well. It was specially created to make a particularly loud and resounding sound. Wish I had something to brag about. Be all that as it may, I just want to reconfirm you saw the bloody writing clearly. And that it was your ID number.
That is correct. My ID number was written in blood on the floor.
She very plainly wrote L10015R.
Hold it!
L10015R? And it was written after the bomb went off in the courtroom.
Correct. I didn't know why she would write it, so that sent me into panic.
Sounds like you were in quite a tizzy.
If I were in his shoes, I guess it would have psyched me out too. I can't imagine coming across the message with psychs written in blood.
If I saw gasp in pain written in blood, it'd certainly make me gasp. Rest assured, Mr. Tennant, I understand how you must have felt. So I would have also committed a criminal act in order to save my own skin. And to, you know, alter the crime scene so that someone innocent is instead accused of. Please don't make me a villain at some point in this series, please.
That's right. I saw it with my own eyes. It very clearly said L10015R.
You sure about that? I don't believe that, but...
Hold it!
Didn't you? The victim may have had special knowledge of who the bomber was.
I have no idea what your thoughts, Detective R may have had inside her head. It is not like I ever dismantled her mind to check.
Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, if you have suspicions about the witness, let's see our proof. Evidence is everything in a court of law. Even school children know that. How many years have you been a defense attorney now?
Cut me some slack, will you? I just got off a 7-year break.
Don't feel bad, boss. You just got your attorney's badge back, after all.
Exactly.
In that sense, you're still more of a beginner than I am.
I suppose I should be thankful you're not a licensed psychologist. Mr. Tennant, please continue with your testimony.
With pleasure. My ID number was left at the scene, but...
Hold it!
By mistaken, do you mean you had nothing to do with the explosion?
That is correct. That is why I was so shocked when I saw my ID number.
The victim may have suspected Mr. Tennant for no reason other than the fact that, as a bomb specialist, he was in charge of the bomb. In other words, a false accusation. It's vocational discrimination, I say.
I do not support discrimination of any kind.
Well spoken, Your Honor. If the victim had been found to be killed with a gavel, Mr. Bluesuit over there would probably have pinned the crime on you.
He would? Well, that just wouldn't do. Mr. Wright, if you dare to try to pin anything on me, I will find you in contempt of court. But I've never even tried to harm a strand of your beard, Your Honor.
Well said, Mr. Payne. Because I am so closely associated with bombs, I was afraid I would be prosecuted if anyone saw the bloody writing.
Alright, I think I know what's the problem here. The problem lies in the fact that...
Objection!
Yeah, where's the R? I just want to make doubly sure that L10015R is really what you saw written in blood.
Yes, it is very clearly said L10015R.
But that's odd, because that's not what I see.
Objection!
What on earth are you blabbling on about now? Wasn't it you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place?
Take a good look at the photo in the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L10015R? Something is missing, isn't it? And that something is the final R. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tonight?
Oh, right. Now I remember. There was no R on the end. It was just a slip of the finger. My bad.
Come back, my beautiful contradiction.
That's right. I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger.
You have something for me, Athena?
I sense that he's extremely agitated, almost panicked.
He does look pretty flustered. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake.
I don't know.
Did he really just make a typo? What about that R? Did Mr. Tonight really see it?
No, he did.
Maybe Mr. Tonight really did see the R.
There's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here?
Let me take another good look at the photo. I think maybe... That's it!
What is it now, Mr. Wright? Are you trying to imitate Apollo and his cords of steel?
I got it! So that's what happened. A slip of the finger. Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tonight really did see the letter R. But... the photo clearly shows that there is no R.
No, Your Honor. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tonight actually could have seen the R.
If you're going to make that claim, then you better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo shows that Mr. Tonight could have seen the R?
Take that!
Please look here to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red? Oh, I see it. Just on the edge of where the floor is broken up. That's the R that Mr. Tonight saw.
Objection!
It's true that the witness wears some very odd goggles, but that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an R to you?
Objection!
But what Mr. Tonight saw wasn't that little red smudge. There was a whole incomplete R written there, before the floor was damaged by the explosion. Oh well, that explains it. Huh?
Can you explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order.
Yep, because that's the way it really went down.
The timing of the R of when the R was written turns everything about the case around.
Now then, if the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was the message written? It was before the explosion, wasn't it? With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion.
That's ridiculous!
If that were true, it overturns your entire premise.
That's right. It does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom.
She was killed before the explosion ever occurred. Order! Order in the court!
What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion?
Objection!
True, but consider the scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. The body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred.
That way, it could be made to look like she was the victim of the blast. Sounds like we had better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Vaughn before the trial?
Let's see. According to the police report... Ah, here it is. One person. And, one person saw the victim before the trial. Oh, actually, hang on. I'm getting a text message. It might be about the victim. Oh, nope, it's about my mother. Hold on. How do you say tomorrow? I keep wanting to respell as tomatoes. Oh, never mind. I got it. I was gonna get mission. Almost done. Give me a second, Your Honor. I'm still texting my mother. It's about medicine. Alright, sorry about that. Can't ignore your own mother. Ah, here it is. One person saw the victim before the trial. And that person was... Destinies. Wait, what?
No one besides Mr. Mr. Tenate saw the victim.
That appears to be the case, Your Honor. Okay, I'm still getting a text message from my mother. Yep, okay, never mind. She just wanted to say that tomorrow's fine. Alright, sorry about that, Your Honor.
You should probably get your affairs in order before court starts, Mr. Payne.
I told you, I can't ignore my mother.
Mr. Payne, we're dealing with a murder victim.
Whatever.
I will now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tenate's words from yesterday. It was when an effective arm and I were transporting the bomb. Oh my! Mr. Tenate, just before the trial, you were with the victim. The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. Your Honor, the defense requests new testimony from Mr. Tenate. We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts just before the trial. Mr. Tenate, your testimony, please. My testimony.
He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail on the head.
It was the transport to courtroom. I already told you. Bless this thing. I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear I was only transporting the bomb there.
Objection!
You and the victim were alone together at the scene of the crime. In our words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit murder, did you not?
Objection!
You always leave yourself so open to attacks, Mr. Wright.
What now, Mr. Payne?
Yes, Mr. Tenate may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Bomb, but an important piece of your assertion is missing.
One important piece.
The murder weapon. What do you claim was used to kill the victim?
Mr. Payne has a point. Even Mr. Tenate had the chance. Without a weapon, you can't accuse him of a crime.
Well, Mr. Tenate.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Arm. Did he really have nothing he could have used as a murder weapon? What is it, Athena?
Just looking over the victim's autopsy report. I'm hoping there's something in here that...
Aha! I was wondering, why was the bomb cracked? I kept thinking that was odd. Why was the bomb cracked? That never left my mind. I think I see why it was cracked. Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a flat object.
Yeah, and to inflict that specific kind of an injury, all you would need is a flat surface, right?
A heavy blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon. Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate for the court what was used to kill Detective Arm? I believe I can. Believe being the key word here. You can? Then please do so. Then please do so now. I almost forgot my voice. Sorry. What did Mr. Tenate have that could you have been used as a murder weapon? If I can speak, my lord. Oh, this is the final cross-examination, people. Never mind. Hey, we're here. Look at the bomb.
Take that!
Mr. Tenate, you say you didn't have anything that could have been used as a weapon. But in fact, you had the perfect thing. What? What the devil are you talking about? You had this. That's the bomb. I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast. The bomb blast, no, but I believe Candace Arm was killed with this bomb. Because this is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head. Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to back of the head caused by impact with a flat object. We assume this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But a blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the exact same wound pattern. What's with him?
Then show me some proof. Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with the bomb?
He's right. I don't have anything decisive.
Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be decisive proof. But too bad. The bomb is blown to bits. It's long gone. Boom! Game over. Yeah!
Sir Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo? I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timer display is a little broken here. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Arm's head.
That's definitely a distinct possibility. But unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood on it, it's not going to count.
I guess you're right.
By setting off the bomb, Snake managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? Times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Instead of looking for the things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Ted Snake murdered Detective Arm before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off. I see here. There's only one thing that could be used. The bomb transport case. Only he can open it after all, right? Tony has the key. Which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. And I think I have just the thing. Time to present the photo that shows exactly what Mr. Tanay had to hide. It was a body, right?
Take that!
Your Honor, there's something we've been all been overlooking. If the murder took place before the trial, then Mr. Tanay would have had to hide the body somewhere during the trial.
Hey, you're right. And we can figure out where the hiding place was.
Exactly. He might be able to find some evidence we can pin him down with. So where could Mr. Tanay have hidden the body during the trial?
Take that!
Wait. Box big enough for a body? A box that was in the courtroom the whole time? A box nobody would touch if they thought there was a bomb in it. Mr. Tanay? What is it? Do you finally have some decisive evidence to show me? No, you're the one who's going to show it to me. Come again. You heard me. Now, show me what's inside that bomb transport case.
What? Why? No! There's no need!
I've got him now. Just before the trial, you killed the victim with a blunt object. And then, you placed her body in the ruins of the courtroom after the bomb went off. Clearly, you were trying to make it look like she died in the explosion. But where was the body hidden during the trial? Oh, I hadn't thought of that. The answer is right here. Inside a box made out of a thick alloy plating that can withstand any impact.
No! That's completely false!
If it's false, you should have no objections to showing us your transport case. So, let's open it and take a look inside, shall we? Come on, open it up. Hold it. Who? Wasn't Payne. Wasn't Athena. Wasn't the judge. Wasn't me. Oh. Let's not. Not if you value your life. What's he up to now? Remain calm and listen carefully. This bomb will detonate in 5 minutes. Are you threatening me? What? Huh? I repeat, this HH-3000 will detonate in 5 minutes. What's going on? Your Honor, I recommend you adjourn this trial before this bomb goes off. Mr. Tanay, are you threatening me? I am the only one who can disable this bomb. If you do not want to die, your only option is to listen to me.
But Mr. Tanay, didn't you just say that's a training model? A fake to practice on.
I did, but I also lied. This is the real deal. This is the HH-3000. But the HH-3000 was used to blow up the courtroom number 4, wasn't it? How do you know it was the real HH-3000 that blew up courtroom number 4? Huh? The bomb that blew up the courtroom, it was a different one. One that I made. What? Then are we to take that as a confession on your part? Take it any way you would like. Just before the trial, I took the HH-3000 out of the stuffed animal and put my own bomb into it. That was the bomb that exploded and destroyed courtroom number 4.
Mr. Tenate, please be reasonable. Do you really expect us to believe a crazy story like that?
The HH-3000, it is so unique. I had never seen anything like it. It is so unique that I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. So, I just had to have it. Besides, did anyone look inside the stuffed animal during the trial? Did anyone check to see if it really was the HH-3000 in there? I must confess, no one opened the stuffed animal to check.
So there really is a possibility the bomb was switched out.
No, not a possibility. A certainty. I did it. So he's had a real bomb with him this whole time. You had better get out of here while you can. You do not have much time. Everybody run! Order! Order in the court! I'm out of here! It's gonna blow! Run! You 4 are still here. Well, aren't you brave? It just wouldn't do for the judge presiding over this court to run. But that horrible explosion the other day... The judge looks like he's about to book it for the nearest exit any second. As for Mr. Bain... Bye. And he's off.
Mr. Wright, what do we do?
It'd be pretty pathetic to run now, wouldn't it?
But the bomb really might go off.
Only 3 more minutes, folks. Is that bomb really the HH-3000? What should I do? Stand my ground. I can't run now. Well, it's been fun, but I will be going now. With my dear HH-3000, naturally. Oh, and by the way, I would advise against having me followed. Even with no remote switch, this bomb can still be triggered manually. If I think I'm being followed, I will detonate it on the spot. Farewell.
Hold it!
You're not going anywhere. Oh, hey, I literally already said it. You're not going anywhere, Ted Tenate. Oh. Your Honor, there's no reason to be afraid. That bomb is a fake. Are you sure, Mr. Wright? More of your famous bluffing, even at the risk of your own life. Mr. Wright, none of your bluffing now. Not at a time like this. Lives are on the line here. I'm not bluffing, and I have proof. You do? Yes, of course, Your Honor. It's right here in the photo of the bomb as clear as day. Right. The real bomb should have a crack on it. Proof that Mr. Tenate's bomb is not the real HH-3000. Ready? Out with it then, immediately. Where's the proof that Mr. Tenate is holding what Mr. Tenate is holding is not the real one? It's broken. Shouldn't the real one have a broken glass case on it? The display for the timer on the bomb in the photo is broken. Most likely, it broke when Mr. Tenate used the bomb to attack Mr. Detective Arm. But the display on the bomb in front of us is not broken. Oh, you're right. Therefore, this is not the real HH-3000. Mr. Tenate was clearly lying when he said he switched out the bomb in the stuffed animal. The real HH-3000 blew up in courtroom number 4. This bomb is nothing more than a fake, a model used for training purposes. Fear not, Your Honor. I will examine the inside of the bomb transport case myself. Yes, please do that, Mr. Wright. No! Stop! Bingo. What is that? Is that a bloodstain? Just as I expected. You're done. Your lies have all been blown to bits, Mr. Tenate. I'm confident DNA analysis on this bloodstain will confirm that it's Detective Arm's blood, and that those results will conclusively prove that you murdered Detective Arm. How about it, Mr. Tenate? Think you can dismantle this decisive evidence? Dismantle it.
You're too late. You missed your chance to run, so now you're out of time. It's 3000 is about to explode.
Don't try to threaten me, Mr. Tone. I've already proven that your bomb is a fake.
It's real. This bomb is a real thing, I tell you. Real.
Mad Bomber, party of one.
There's no time left. It's gonna blow. I have to disarm it. I have to take it apart. I can dismantle anything. I can take apart evidence. I can take apart bombs. I can dismantle it all. I'm not gonna make it. Only one thing left to do. Stop. Ooh.
Well,
made it.
huh. My eyes! Huh? Game over. Dismantle attempt failed. Well.
It's all over. My life has been blown to bits. It's all that stupid woman's fault. I was selling the bombs I disarmed on the black market. When I tried to take this one, she just had to notice, didn't she? She confronted me in courtroom number 4 that day. That's why I had no choice. Before I knew what I was doing, I hit her. It's all her fault. While I was looking for a place to hide her body, she left a message in her own blood. The trial was about to start, so I didn't have time to clean it up. And all this, I thought for sure I could disguise her death with an explosion. And the stupid defense attorney started sticking his nose into my business. My testimony yesterday, I went to courtroom number 4 and I fucked it all up in my bomb transport case. That's when I snuck him up behind him. Bang! When the idiot police arrested that little girl, I thought for sure I could put it all on her. Why? Oh, why?
Ted Tennant, you are hereby under arrest. On suspicion of the courtroom bombing and the assault on Mr. Justice, your innocence or guilt will be determined at a later trial. Now then, I see that members of the public have returned to the gallery. One person, however, seems to still be running far, far away. Bye, Mr. Payne. Be that as it may, I will now announce Miss Juniper Wood's verdict. Not guilty. Yippee! 3D confetti! Look how happy she is! Look how happy we are! Look how non-existent he is! I'm still here. Court is adjourned. I need to drink water after that.
You did, boss.
Ugh, I just got choked on my own water. Yeah, I guess we managed to pull it off somehow.
So many mysteries cleared up all at once. It was amazing.
It just sort of worked out that way, didn't it?
It's not the kind of thing that usually just works out. You made it happen. And the way that mean old prosecutor hightailed it out of here, that was great. Miss Wright, Athena, thank you for everything you did for me. I'm so happy for you, Junie. Now you can go back home to the forest and speed in peace. I hope the both of you will come and visit me there sometime.
That would be nice. Thank you for the invitation.
I don't know, Miss Wright. I'm not so sure you can make it all the way up to Junie's house. How high do you live again, Junie? Around 3,000 feet, I think.
What? That's a forest, that's a mountain!
But, you know, boss, there's something that still bothers me about the case. One little mystery we never got around to solving.
Oh, that? Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Is this the unsolved mystery you're thinking of? Oh yeah, where's the switch?
Take that!
The remote switch, right?
Yeah, I was wondering where it disappeared to. Maybe Mr. Tonight just got rid of it somewhere.
Yeah, it is a pretty big thing to leave unsolved, though. Well, let's leave it up to the police to find. For now, we should be celebrating our not guilty verdict.
I guess you're right. Hey, I know, Ginny, shall we go report the good news? You know, to that certain someone. Okay.
Huh? Her grandmother?
No, silly, to Apollo!
Oh, right. Well, why don't we all go to the hospital together to see him?
Great idea. I bet he's bored out of his mind. Okay.
So the courtroom bombing case came to a close. But the next trial was just over the horizon. There's never a dull moment with so many lawyers in the office, that's for sure. Apollo Justice, Athena Sykes, and me, Phoenix Wright. Between the three of us, there's no case we can't solve. When our powers combine, we're an unstoppable team. At least, that's what I believed. But all of that changed with what Apollo said to us that day. It was something that would put my faith in us to the ultimate test. Oh? Huh? Write Anything Agency.
Sorry, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
Oh.
Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
Can you at least give me a reason why?
I can only say that this is something I must settle on my own.
Apollo. Juicy! Your brother! Apollo! Whoopsie.
Oh, why, Apollo? Why are you shutting us out?
What happened to you, Apollo? Ever since you put that jacket on, you've changed. And now, for whatever reason, all my mind keeps doing is returning to the day I first met you. We had tackled our first case together, he and I, this past spring. And as we did, I came to know who he is and how he thinks. It was a very peculiar case, one in which the victim was killed by a mythical creature.
A mythical creature, you say? End. Let's keep going for a while, shall we? We shall. The monstrous turnabout. Monstrous. Woo! Whoa! Look at that! Whoa, monsters! Woo! Whee! Whoa, bye-bye.
Long, long ago, the nine-tailed fox defeated the evil Tenmataro and sealed the fallen demon away.
Ugh.
To
Ah.
this day, it is said that he slumbers even still within the forbidden chamber.
Ooh. Excuse you.
Night, Alderman.
Uh,
Sweet dreams. At long last, the revival of Tenmataro is at hand.
Huh? Well, that's another case. It is interesting seeing how we're being basically shown the killer. A few months prior to the courthouse bombing. Hey! The floating spaghetti! April 17th, 12:13 p.m. Write Anything Agency. Guess I'm a little early.
Oh, hey, Apollo. Getting an early start today.
Yeah, this is the first job I've had in a while after all.
Well, aren't we all fired up?
Well, it's not every day I get a call from Mr. Wright. What kind of work is it anyway? Mr. Wright didn't mention any details.
Work? Is that how you put it?
Don't tell me he just wants me to clean the toilet again.
You've really become a fixture around here, Apollo.
Come to think of it, it's been almost a year since I was hired. Lots happened since then. But I've settled in nicely, despite a few bumps in the road. My name is Apollo Justice. I've been practicing law for about a year, but I still have a lot to learn. This is the Write Anything Agency, and it's where I work. Don't let the name fool you. It's definitely a law agency.
But don't forget that this place is a talent agency too, Polly.
It's the law agency part of this office that's usually forgotten. This is Trucy Wright, a budding magician, and adopted daughter of the agency's owner, Phoenix Wright. She sometimes makes me help with her magic tricks. She's also my sister, technically, but I don't think I know that yet.
What's wrong with that? You're one of the agency's talents as well.
I was under the impression that I was a lawyer.
Well, we better hurry. Doesn't look like Daddy's gonna make it in time. So let's get going.
Huh? Where are we going? What about the job you mentioned?
This is the job, Polly. You're supposed to keep me company for today. Now, come on.
Another day of not being a lawyer. Should have seen this coming.
Well, this is a Write Anything agency, you know? And there's no law-related work at the moment, so...
Let me get why I chose to work here. Where is Mr. Wright anyway?
Daddy said something about going to meet an acquaintance. But don't worry, just focus on your job and I'll tell you exactly what you need to know. Well, let's go. We don't have all day.
Wait a sec. Actually, how old is Trucy in relation to this game? Hold on. 16. What? Wait. She was 15 in the last game. No, that adds up with what was just said. Wait a second. And another day of anything goes begins at the Write Anything Agency. I want to examine! April 17th, 1:30 p.m. Nine Tails Vale, Yokai Lane. Ooh. Whew. So, what are we doing way up here in the mountains?
This is the Nine Tails Vale. Everyone's been talking about the yokai craze here.
Yokai? Oh, you mean Japanese monsters. Guess that explains all these weird things. Speaking of which, wasn't Nine Tails Vale founded by Japanese immigrants?
Yeah, they're holding a festival to boost tourism over at the Alderman's Manor. My friend who works here, they're invited us. That's why we're here.
In other words, I'm your chaperone because your dad was too busy.
Daddy said that those with horns, with those horns of yours, you make a great addition to their festival. I mean, you look just like a Japanese demon. Wasn't that so thoughtful of him, Polly?
I could do without the thoughtfulness like that.
Oh, it's almost time. Come on, Polly. The festival grounds are this way.
Alright, guess it's time to move to the QB Manor Garden. The monster craze. This monster craze. Come to think of it, I think I heard about it on TV. It's supposedly how Nine Tails Vale made a comeback from the brink of fiscal disaster.
Our agency could use something positive like that. Oh, I know. Let's jump on board the monster craze. You know, you and Daddy would be a perfect comedy duo. You could call yourselves Agni and Rudra, Demon Kings of Comedy. Daddy sets them up, and you knock them down. Hey, I think we had the jackpot with this idea.
Sorry, but I plan on staying a lawyer.
You do?
You don't have to act so surprised by that. Hey, Trucy, Have you seen my attorney's badge?
How did you lose something so important? Sometimes I really wonder about you, Apollo.
This is so weird. I wonder if I dropped it somewhere.
Oh, look! What are these panties doing here?
Forget about panties. I'm looking for my badge.
3, 2, 1, ta-da! Did you forget? These are my magic panties.
They actually have an animation for that now. Hey, that's my attorney's badge! Oh, how'd you get to do that?
I set it all up while we were back at the office.
Wow, I didn't even... Wait, you took my badge! Duh. Duh. Look at my badge. Check it out.
You're so lucky, Apollo. Everyone can see what you do with just a flash of your badge.
What about you, Trucy? People can tell you're a magician by the way you're dressed.
Yeah, but I can't always dress like this, like when I'm at school and stuff.
You could always show you're a magician by making things appear or disappear.
You mean like this?
Oh god.
3, 2, 1, ta!
Magic or no, aren't you a little old to be showing those things in public?
And maybe I'll become a lawyer too.
You're banning your dream just like that? Damn. Now you make me feel like the villain here. Ooh, I want to go back. Unfortunately, I can't actually examine things yet. And there's no reason to be here. April 7th, 17th, 2:05 p.m., QB Manor, Garden. Wow, this place is really something.
It definitely feels like a different world here.
Trucy? Ooh. Oh, hi.
Jinxie!
Hi there. And this is?
My friend, Jinxie Tenma. She's the one who invited us. She just so happens to be the maid here. 2 horns. A love of red. Are you demon?
No. I'm apologizing. Nice to...
He is a demon!
Ah, what the...
Be gone! Foul beast! You look great, Polly. Fills in some of that space on your forehead.
Ugh. What is this thing?
It's a warding charm. Jinxie puts it on all the monsters she finds.
But I'm not a monster.
Maybe I should have told her you're a good demon. Or you could just say that I'm human. Red demon, emissary of the underworld.
I got up early to do my hair for this. Can I take this off now?
So you can eat me?
I'm not going to eat you.
Forgive me, oh terrible one! To put down your cords of steel, Apollo. You're scaring her out of her wits.
Don't worry, I'm already full.
Please stop say it that way.
Great, now I'm playing along, so. Look at my badge. Would you mind taking a look at this?
No, thank you. Begone, foul demon.
Banished again.
That's what you get when you flash a girl like that, even if it's just your badge.
Sheesh, you make it sound like I'm some kind of creep. Hi there. So I wanted to ask you about Ninetales Vale.
Begone, foul demon. Looks like you've been demonized, Polly. Literally.
I'm starting to wonder if I really am a demon myself.
Please don't eat me. I have food if you're hungry.
This isn't working. We won't get anything out of her until we set the record straight.
If only we had some way to prove you're not as scary as you look.
Ouch, unnecessary roughness. Looks like I have to present some proof. Proof that I'm 100% human. Look at this badge. I wanted to show you this.
What is it?
It's my attorney's badge. You see? I'm not a demon. I'm a lawyer.
Really? You're a lawyer.
Phew. Maybe now she'll stop calling me a demon.
Does it protect you from Enmadaio's judgment?
Who's Enmadaio?
I read somewhere that he's the demon lord who judges the dead for their sins. Uh-oh, I think now she thinks you're a demon lawyer from hell, Polly.
Can I go back to being just a normal demon?
Please, Please don't boil me in a scalding cauldron. I prefer a Turkish bath if possible.
Turkish bath? Isn't that more sauna than bath?
Don't worry, Jinxie. He's a good demon. He'll save you if you ever go astray. Please, Mr. Demon Lawyer, sir. You have mercy on my soul.
I told you I'm not a demon. In truth, you're just making things worse. You just leave that Emma die with me.
Isn't that great, Jinxie? I'm no longer scared to cross into the afterlife.
Will someone tell these two I'm human already?
So, Jinxie, I hear this village is the epicenter of the monster craze. Barely anyone had even heard of it before, but now it's packed with tourists.
Really? So the monster craze is the reason behind today's festival?
It was the Alarman's idea, but I'd be careful if I were you. There are lots and lots of yokai prowling about Ninetales Vale.
About prowling about? You mean like wild animals or something?
And they're hungry too.
Man-eating monsters! And they're all over the place!
In fact, there was one at the manor yesterday. I heard the doorbell ring, but when I opened the door, nobody was there. It was a ding-dong demon. How else could you explain it?
Well, when I was a kid, my friends used to play this prank called Ding Dong Bitch.
Well, that doesn't prove yokai aren't real. There's even one here at the manor. The demon Tenmataro. He's prisoned in the Forbidden Chamber.
Tenmataro? The Forbidden Chamber? About that yokai you said was in prison here at the manor, is it true?
He's a super evil demon named Tenmataro. Here, take a look at this scroll.
Tenmataro.
Tenmataro's the dark demon you see here. He's super evil and super scary.
So that's the yokai in prison in the Forbidden Chamber.
He's fueled by the village guardian yokai, the nine-tailed fox. And locked away forever.
So, you're saying Tenmataro is still trapped inside the Forbidden Chamber?
But he's just buying his time until you escape. Still, we should be perfectly safe. Because there's a really powerful sealing charm on the door that's keeping it shut tight.
What a charming security system.
You can keep the scroll if you want. Yarman gave me this, but just holding it gives me the chills, so...
Thanks, Jinxie. You'll give this to Mr. Wright. The Yokai Legend Scroll, a scroll depicting the demon Tenmataro and the nine-tailed fox. So, I was wondering... Where's the bathroom here?
Oh, it's over that way, sorry.
Okay, I'll be right back. Oh, okay. Hey, I'm back. Anyways, as we were talking, are those things on your forehead also warding charms, Jinxie?
Yes, they are to prevent evil things from getting inside me. Papa told me to wear them.
Evil things?
Paul, don't you dare take those charms off her forehead. They have to stay there. Forever. Got it?
I wonder what would happen if I did take them off.
It's time for me to get back to work. Thanks for inviting us, Jinxie. You're welcome. Oh, and before I forget, there's going to be a surprise event today. Even I don't know what to expect, but it's sure to be fun.
Better not be a yokai parade. She'd probably drop dead from fright.
Huh?
Oh, what the? Huh? Demon! Oh, wait. It's just someone in a suit. Right?
Temataro!
Temataro? The demon from the Forbidden Chamber?
Please don't hurt me! Be gone! Be gone! Be gone!
Better watch out, little girl. I'll snatch you away.
Charm, charm, charm! Where's that dying go to heaven charm? Oh, she put it on her own forehead this time.
She sure gives up quick. Huh? Why is everyone hiding their faces? Hey, you there! You mustn't stare at Temataro like that! Lower your eyes! He'll steal your soul if you're not careful! Huh? Steal my soul? Seriously? You definitely stop seeing now, Temataro. Oh, what?
Look, Apollo! There's somebody up on the roof!
Huh? Oh, there is! Who's that? Ha 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 ha! That booming laugh. Could it be? My 9 golden tails are proof of my unsayable righteousness. With my band of 100 minions, I banish evil from the land. I am the wrestler of righteousness. Here-ha! Oh! The golden lord of yokai, the amazing Ninetales, is here. Fear not, good little boys and girls, for I shall defeat Temataro. Hooray! Hooray! This is the amazing Ninetales! Up to your no-good tricks again. Hey, Temataro. Well, not on my watch. There's nothing to fear now, my child. I've banished Temataro. You and your people can now live in peace.
Thank you, Mr. Amazing Ninetales, sir.
Now I must be off. Another match and another foe to vanquish. Oh, wait! I wouldn't have expected Ninetales to just be a pro wrestler, but I'm not opposed to the idea. What was that all about? Did that wrestler just chase off a yokai? Looks like he came out of the Alderman's manor.
How's the Amazing Ninetales? He's a pro wrestler from right here in Ninetales Vale. But no one knows his true identity.
He sure seems chipper all of a sudden. What was all that about him banishing Temataro?
That was a yokai exorcism. It's an annual ritual where Temataro is released to remind us of his wickedness. In the end, the nine-tailed fox drives out Temataro out of the village. But the Amazing Ninetales did the honors this year.
So that was a big surprise, huh? Amazing Ninetales and Temataro, huh? Well, whatever floats your boat.
Oh, did you look at the time? I better get back to work. Please excuse me.
She's a strange one, alright.
I think she's sweet in her own special way.
Knowing Trucy, she probably has a lot of friends who are sweet in their own way.
Well, we still have some time to kill. Might as well see the rest of the Ninetales Vale while we're here.
The fun never stops, does it? Happy times! April 17th, 3:40 p.m., QB Manor, Garden.
I think I brought nearly every yokai souvenir there was for sale.
I know, because my wallet's running on empty.
What's with all the commotion over there?
Huh? Hey, isn't that your friend Jinxie? I hope everything's okay.
It's terrible. Calm down, Jinxie. Tell us what happened. Demon Temataro. He killed Alderman QB.
Uh-oh. What?
Wait, killed us and dead? Yes, Temataro did it.
Temataro? You stay here while I go have a look.
Please, wait.
Huh? Ah!
It's a Temataro warding charm. It should protect you, but please, be careful. The Alderman's in the Fox Chamber at the top of the main staircase.
Okay, got it. Temataro warding charm. The Temataro warding charm that Jinxie gave me when I set up for the scene of the crime. Well, thanks, question mark? April 17th. QB Manor. Doc's chamber. Come on. Whoa, feathers. Okay. Excuse you. You're alive.
Huh?
Hey, you alright?
Are you alright?
You good, bro?
Who are you?
Don't matter right now. You need help.
Help! Someone call an ambulance!
Don't care who you are. Don't care who I am. Just we need help. Police arrived soon after that, at which point I returned to the vessel grounds. Apparently, the man impaled by the spear was already dead. But there was one other person there, and he was immediately rushed to the hospital. April 17th, QB Manor. Garden. Thank goodness the Arm Man's going to be fine. Sounds like he'd only been unconscious.
You think Jinxie's gonna be okay?
I'm sure she'll be back to her old self in no time. At least she's calm enough for the police to question her for now. I'd sure love to know that what crazy animal left those feathers and tracks.
Oh, look, here comes Jinxie. Hi, Trucy. Hi, Mr. Demon Lawyer.
Hey, feeling any better? I was wondering if you're up to filling us in on what happened.
That warning charm is my supernatural security system. It protects me from yokai, ghosts, demons, and other things I go bumping tonight. Just the other day, I was chased down by a demented camera demon. I drove him back with my trusty warding charm.
Camera demon? Sounds more like an overexcited tourist.
Still, I suppose it's not nice to repel every yokai I meet. I mean, there's some that aren't all bad. I learned that today.
Why is she staring at me like that? I'll take the compliment.
They sell those at the village souvenir shop.
They really went all out, making it look like a real scroll and everything.
By rolling it up like that, you can't see Temataro's picture. It's so you don't lose your soul if you accidentally gaze upon him. Even if it is a souvenir, no one in this village wants to accidentally see what's inside.
I've heard of losing or selling your soul for many things, but for the price of a souvenir?
I wonder how many innocent shop girls have fallen victim.
Wouldn't it be better to not sell them at all? That's what I would think. So what happened? So, the man with the spear in his chest was already dead?
Uh-huh. It was Alderman QB. When I found him, he was already...
So the victim was the village alderman. And the one who was found alive, who was he?
Damien Tenma. He's the mayor of the neighboring city, Tenma Town. They arrested him.
So... Wait a minute.
He's the killer? Ah! Nah, Papa didn't kill anyone.
Oh, well, you saved me the time of checking. I was about to say, isn't your last name Tenma? So, oh dear. Papa? As in, your father?
That's right. Jinxie's dad's mayor of Tenma Town.
No way!
Yes, way. But he's innocent.
This just got way more complicated. The victim was the alderman of the Nine Tails Vale, and Jinxie's father, the mayor of Tenma Town, was arrested for the crime. Sounds like we have some investigating to do.
I know this is difficult, Jinxie, but you need to hang in there. I know. I'll try my best.
Would you mind telling me a little more about the victim? So the victim was the village alderman? Can you tell me about him?
His name was Rex QB. They say his family has ties to the legendary nine-tailed fox. He was really kind, and he always looked out for me. He was a former pro wrestler, and I even heard he was the amazing Ninetales.
A former pro wrestler, huh? That's something to keep in mind. Well, we already know who the killer is. It was that weird, I don't even know how to describe him, but... He had, like, flowing hair? Not real, I don't know. He had... lipstick? I think he had lipstick. He had makeup, probably, I think. Anyways, the point is, we saw who it was. That's something to keep in mind. With your father being mayor and all, I guess you're originally from Tenma Town, huh? So then, why did you come work here?
It was to overcome your fears, right, Jinxie? Uh-huh. Plus, Mama was from Ninetales Vale, so though she's no longer with us. She left these flowers. I always wanted to live where Ninetales flowers grew. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful flower. With exactly 9 petals, too. Just looking at them gives me courage, even when I'm scared of yokai.
Ninetales flower. A flower found only in Ninetales Vale. It boosts Jinxie's courage because it was her mother's favorite. Jinxie, when you first told us about what happened, you said the killer was a demon.
Uh-huh. The warding charm on the Forbidden Chamber's door. It's been removed.
The Forbidden Chamber's door. That big door was barred shut. There wasn't a charm on it when I checked it out, so it was removed by somebody.
That's how Timataro escaped. But when I try and remember what happened, it all goes fuzzy. Jinxie, you should try to get some rest. You've been through a lot today.
Between the warding charm being removed and the black feathers and weird tracks, I could see how a superstitious person might think a demon was the killer.
Oh, maybe this is your chance.
Chance for what?
Do the right thing and defend Jinxie's dad in court.
Who, me? Wouldn't a man like Mayor Tema have access to more experienced lawyers?
You wanna know what the detective said? They doubted there was a lawyer who could get a not guilty verdict in this one.
Sounds like they're expecting an open shut case.
Don't worry, Jinxie. If anyone can prove your dad's innocence, it's Polly. What? You'll accept the case, won't you, Polly? It's all over, isn't it? I'll be all alone for the rest of my life.
Oh, right. Jinxie already lost her mother. Alright. Jinxie, leave your father's defense to me.
Attaboy, Polly. You're going to help Papa, Mr. Demon Lawyer?
Yep, because that's what lawyers do. Plus, no toilet cleaning for a while. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure your father walks away a free man.
Thank you, Mr. Demon Lawyer. I can tell you're one of the good ones. Red demons are usually so mean.
It's been a while, but I'll be fine. Ready or not, here comes justice. Guess I ought to go and meet our new client. Ah, but before I forget, better jot this down in my notebook.
Hey, Apollo, what's the notebook for?
Oh, I just thought I should jot down some stuff about the case. And so I don't misplace them, I'm putting my notes in the court record. Oh! Hey! What? I guess it's what you would call a to-do list.
Oh, sounds handy.
To read my notes, I just open the court record with E. Then I can switch between the tabs with using Q and E.
Oh, I almost forgot. So, about Jinxie's father, no matter how scary he seems, promise me you'll resist the urge to run away.
Wait, what?
His angry glare can paralyze you with fear. And some claim he can even shoot laser beams from his eyes. Well, maybe Papa isn't really that scary.
A paralyzing stare, laser beams from his eyes. He sounds like some kind of monster. It also kind of sounds like me when I'm using perceive, but I'm just gonna ignore that.
I think it's about time I see Jinxie off. I'll head back to the office later after I'm done.
Okay, thanks. Interesting. There's like a... That's weird. Case brief. Victims suffered a fatal abdominal spear thrust. Black feathers and tracks were found at the scene. Defendant, Damien Tenma, age 45. Also, nice face. Why do you have this charm hat? Let's go meet the alderman. Or, not the alderman, sorry. The defendant. Detention center. Visitors room. Ah, visiting hours. Perfect timing. Hope he's not as scary as he sounds. Hi.
Who are you?
Yikes! So you're Damien Tenma, right? I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. I'm here to help. Huh? Let me out of here! Sorry, I get a little loud sometimes.
How incredibly rude!
Sorry, did I do something to offend you?
A visitor when all others shun me like a common criminal. And here I am with nothing to offer. I'm the epitome of rudeness.
Wait, so he wasn't mad at me?
Unworthy as I am, I, Damien Tenma, shall breach these walls, so that I may treat my benefactors as some tea, and maybe some cookies too.
No, wait, we can do tea and cookies after we prove your innocence. How about you start by telling me what happened?
I see. So tea and cookies can wait, can they?
Whew, that was close. We don't need jailbreak added to the list of charges. Seems like a good guy, but with a face like that, I can see why he's misunderstood. Aw, poor guy. I like you.
Thank you for agreeing to defend me.
Oh, no, thanks, required. Just doing my job. You good? He's even scarier when he's not saying anything. Nice day today, huh? I love nice days like these. It's a perfect lawyering weather.
The trial is tomorrow.
Yes, right, trial. Why do I keep blabbering on like that? I wanted to show you this. Sorry! I hate when he clams up like this. Those charms on your head, they're the same as this one, correct?
Indeed they are. Jinxie applied them after the murder. She said they would keep Tenmataro from possessing me.
Oh, right. So it's not some creepy fashion statement. Still, there are an awful lot of them.
That there are. Truth be told, my head's feeling a bit itchy.
Can you just peel them off?
Jinxie did this for me. I could not hurt her feelings like that.
He really cares for his daughter. Ah! Reason for arrest. Mayor Tenma, do you mind if I ask why you were arrested? Ah! Whoa! Sorry, I guess some things were better left unsaid. Excuse me?
To think a public paragon such as I could be treated like this. This arrest should never have happened.
Go on.
I fear the ill effects it will have on our youth. Now I've but one choice. I must leave here at once, if only to protect the moral fiber of our youth.
No, wait. You can protect the moral fiber of our youth after you've been declared not guilty.
I suppose you're right.
Whew. Our youth just came this close to quite a scare.
My fingerprints were on the spear that killed Alderman Cuby. That's why I was arrested.
Gotcha. Your prints were on the murder weapon? That's never good. Any idea how they got there?
None. For I hardly remember a thing, you see. I was fast asleep at the time. Someone must have slipped me a sleeping pill or something. What's worse, somebody clobbered me on the head.
I see. A drug-induced slumber and a blow to the head. No wonder you hardly remember a thing. Huh? Was that some kind of strange laugh? Well, I think I can safely assume your prints were planted while you were unconscious. What do the police have on you as far as a motive is concerned?
Truth be told, there's been a bit of trouble between the alderman and I as of late.
Oh, was it personal in nature?
Nothing like that. It's a long story. But suffice to say, I've been pushing to merge Ninetails Vale with Tenma Town. Surrender Ninetails Vale to Tenma Town now!
Yikes!
That's what I told him.
I'd like to tell you to stop shouting like that, but I'm too scared. Also, I don't think I'm in any position to be saying that to anybody. So, the motive the police have established for the alderman... That's the motive the police have established for the alderman's murder?
Indeed it is. After all, Alderman Cuby was dead set against a municipal merger.
And that's why they think you killed him. He was in your way.
Curses!
But Mayor Tenma, are you okay?
Jinxie, forgive me. I never meant to worry you like this.
It'll work out fine. Just leave it to me. If only it really were that easy. I don't even know where to start. Thank you for meeting with me, Mayor Tenma.
Please, wait. My daughter, Jinxie.
Yes?
She already lost her mother. And now with me being held in here, I feel she'll be terribly lonely. I hesitate to ask, but I beg you, be a friend to her in her time of need.
Leave it to me. Trucy and I will look out for your daughter.
I shall rest a little easier then. You know, you remind me of some of the new friends Jinxie has been talking about.
New friends?
Yes, it seems she's made some new friends since she started working in Ninetales Vale. They're quite the unusual bunch too. There's a lady with an exceptionally long neck, a young lad with an incredibly long tongue, and many other interesting characters.
Friends? Sounds more like a bunch of monsters to me.
Now, if you would excuse me, it appears my time is up.
Oh, poor guy. Phew. Why am I so tired? That must have been more tense than I thought. Still, I'm glad he didn't turn out to be as scary as he looks. He seemed like a gentleman. Call? Oh, it's Mr. Wright. Justice here. Apollo, is that you? Hi, Mr. Wright. What can I do for you? Trucy told me you've taken on a new case. Oh, that. It was kind of spur of the moment. He's actually calling me about a case. That's fine, but I have a favor to ask. Sure? What is it? I'm at the airport right now. There was someone I had to meet. A new addition to the agency, actually. Her name's Athena Sykes, and she just passed the bar. That's right. I remember hearing about her coming to join us. Guess that was today. She took off as soon as I told her you needed help with the case. It was like there was no stopping her. Wait. What? Where is she now? Probably somewhere in Ninetales Vale by now. And that's where that favor I mentioned comes in. I need you to go find her. But I've never even met her before. What does she look like? She'll be the girl in the yellow suit, sporting an attorney's badge. Okay, I'll find her. A new addition to the agency. I have story mode active for some reason. Well, I better get back to Ninetales Vale quick. Back to the yokai lane!
I already told you! I'm a lawyer assigned to the case! I need to study the crime scene, so if you would please tell me where QB Manor is.
You can't fool me. You're just some delinquent high school student playing hooky.
You stupid pig-headed... This attorney badge isn't just for show, you know.
Looks like I just found Miss Athena Sykes.
Why won't you believe me? Don't expect me to defend you in court if you ever get arrested.
Well, I'm the one who usually does the arresting, so...
Say, shouldn't you be getting back to school?
I already told you, I'm a lawyer, not a student.
That's it. Enough of your lies. You're coming with me.
Get your hands off me!
Huh?
Oh, God! No! Athena!
What the?
Wait, not me!
Ow! You can watch out for the bystanders next time. Whoops! Are you okay?
I think so. But that police officer's out cold.
I'm so sorry. I do that when people suddenly grab me. It's like a reflex or something.
Well, I guess it is bad. Unwarranted touch. I can understand getting a bit with it. Reflex? Sounds more like a felony. You're Athena Sykes, I take it?
That would be me. And you are?
I'm Apollo Justice. I work at the Right Anything Agency.
Right Anything Agency? What a fishy sounding name.
It's a long story, but it is a law office, among other things. Didn't Mr. Wright explain it to you?
Oh, right, that right. So then you must be... Where have you been? I've been looking all over for you.
I could say the same thing to you. Well, here I am. Now, how about telling me a little bit about yourself? Mr. Wright didn't really tell me much, as always.
Ah, of course. Feel free to ask away.
Badge.
Yep, that's your attorney's badge, all right. It's dull, grimy. Hey, look, makes me think of all the courtroom battles you faced so far. I hope mine will look like that someday. Look out, legal world. Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to go.
Actually, I just haven't polished it lately. Maybe I should keep that to myself. No need to inflate our dreams about work just yet.
What an interesting picture. It looks like a one-on-one monster smackdown. It must have been quite a battle. Which yokai do you think is stronger?
Seems to me Tenmataro's ability to fly would give him an edge over the nine-tailed fox.
But the fox has powerful legs. He pounced before Tenmataro knew it hit him.
He wouldn't be pouncing on anyone after he's dropped from way up in the sky.
But the nine-tailed fox is a gold-colored. Gold is way better than black, so I'm sure he'd win.
What do colors have to do with anything? Besides, everyone knows red is best. Y'all are wrong. Blue is best. I'm with Phoenix. Phoenix comes out of nowhere. What are y'all talking about? Blue is best.
Sorry, Apollo. Nothing's coming to mind. Give me an hour and I'll have it analyzed psych style. I'll get started on it right now.
No need for that. I was just wondering. So, Athena Sykes. So, Athena, I hear you just passed the bar.
That's right. And here's my shiny new badge to prove it. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, so you must be a bit younger than me.
A bit more than you might think, actually. I'm only 18.
A lawyer, well, you know, I was gonna say a lawyer at that age, but now that I think about it, wasn't Von Karma like a child when she was put as a prosecutor? By the way, that does remind me... Oh, I thought Phoenix would be here. I was wondering what Phoenix's age was. Also... 18? How in the world did you become a lawyer at that age?
I skipped a few grades while I was an exchange student in Europe. And I got my license to practice law while I was over there.
All I can say is, wow. She must be a genius or something.
I also studied analytical psychology. Thought it might help me be a better lawyer.
Psychology helps her be a better lawyer? How exactly does that work?
So, tell me about our client. What are they like?
Oh, right. You haven't met him yet. Well, he's got this cool... He looks tall and imposing, but he's kind of cool and he's warm-hearted, and I can tell it's affected you. And that about sums it up.
He's more worried about his daughter than himself. What a wonderful father.
Wait, are you crying?
I'm not crying. There's something in my eye.
They're called tears.
Moving right along. Let's get down to business. Helping our client is priority number 1.
So let's hear about psychology, Athena. So, Athena, you mentioned studying psychology.
That's right. I've always wanted to bring analytical psychology into the courtroom. The power of psychology will bring a breath of fresh air into the legal system.
Oh, really? So how do you plan on using it to defend our client?
Well, for example, I can try to listen on a witness's inner voice. And then analyze their psychological state with the help of my trusty partner, Widget.
Widget?
This device around my neck here. Say hi, Widget. Hi, Widget. It talks? Whoa, you need a volume knob. Anyway, the little guy will sometimes say what I'm feeling. Awkward. Don't worry, you'll get used to it.
No, that I seriously doubt.
Oh, I almost forgot. I have something you might be interested in. I got on my way here. Think it might have something to do with our case?
Special edition covering our case? That was quick.
That's the whole point of the special editions, isn't it? To be the first to get the scoop? Rapido!
Right. Well, let's see what it says here. What's the deal with the Spanish? Tenmataro was seen... What? He was seen flying through the sky!
Yeah, somebody happened to snap that phone near Ninetails Vale. The article goes on to say it might be connected to our case. Apparently that photo was shot right after the murder occurred.
I'm gonna look at this later. I see this time of death here, and I feel like that or this time of flight here, and I think that'll be important, but I need an autopsy first. Well, there were black feathers and strange tracks at the crime scene. I'm not surprised the locals think a yokai was involved.
Wait a second. Yokai is in one of those Japanese monsters? My god! You don't actually think it was a supernatural murder, do you?
Ha ha ha, no, of course not.
Now German? Why not plain old English?
A newspaper with a photo of Tenmataro soaring through the air.
Andale, Apollo. Let's get cracking on that crime scene already.
Choose a language. Okay, what's next on the list?
Investigating the crime scene. What else? Well, what are we waiting for? Last one there is running.
We don't have to run all the way there.
Okay, then how about speed walking?
Why does this have to be a competition at all? Athena funny. Look how look how happy Widget is. Yay!
Looks like this paper doesn't shy away from stories on strange creatures.
Really? What does it say?
They claim to have produced photos of Gordy and a Kappa water sprite thingy. And just the other day, they got one of the Konaki Gigi crying his old eyes out, poor old eyes out. Followed by that infamous shot of Timataro.
I don't know about a Kappa, but I bet the Konaki Gigi is just a shot of someone's grandpa lost and crying up in the mountains.
That's not very nice. They should have helped him instead of publishing his picture.
But they need a scoop. I wonder if that's Brushel then. April 17th, QB Manor. Oh yeah.
Do you hear that? It sounds like a TV or something. Oh, look! There's a TV in that little room in the corner.
In other news, the mysterious masked wrestler, the Amazing Ninetales, has been confirmed missing according to sources close to the wrestler. It appears he disappeared sometime after the special event held in Ninetales failed today. He also failed to appear at a match today where he was scheduled to defend his title. Local villagers say his disappearance may be connected with Temataro's recent escape. So that wrestler's gone missing. It seems as though the implication, obviously, is that the Amazing Ninetales is Rex QB. That seems to be the implication here.
Hey, you two! You belong in here!
Hi there. Don't worry, there's nothing suspicious.
What about them, their horns of yours? They look mighty suspicious if you ask me.
Horns? That's my hair. Anyway, we're lawyers, and we're here to...
Huh? You're them lawyers coming to defend Mayor Temma, ain't ya? should have reckoned what with that expensive-looking bracelet you got there. Name's Phineas Filch. I'm the caretaker here. Pleased to meet ya.
Same here.
Wow, talk about a quick change of heart.
So tell me, demon lawyer. Bet you used some demonic cords of yours to scare the bejeebers out of witnesses, huh? Come on here, you little horn demon, you. Yo!
Those horns, I mean, my hair isn't meant to threaten anyone.
Hey, seems like a mighty big waste of perfectly good orange if you ask me. Then again, it ain't none of my business, so...
That was fast. Guess he's done with me.
Well, I best get back to work.
He stole my bracelet.
Halt! Stop right there!
Huh? Me?
Apollo, your bracelet's gone!
Ah!
Don't you worry, Mr. Lawyer, sir. I'll check the lost and found later.
Somehow, I don't think that will be necessary. Just check your wrist right now.
Ah! The cat's out of the bag!
It was barely in the bag in the first place.
That was a pretty pathetic attempt.
Thanks for doing that for me. Ah!
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't control myself, but please forgive me. I'm begging you.
What? Excuse you? Sheesh, I almost feel sorry for him now.
What should we do about him, Apollo?
Well, I got my bracelet back, and he seems sorry enough, so...
I knew you'd understand, Mr. Lawyer, sir. You obviously got a big heart. As big as the wad of cash in your wallet, I hope.
You leave my wallet out of this.
Hey, didn't you just finish apologizing for stealing from us?
Run away, get for the hills.
Get back here, you!
Talk about a quick escape. Looks like he dropped a few things. Looks like a pair of diagrams. This one's of the crime scene. And here's one for the foyer.
He left his shoes behind, too.
The guy's a living definition of a bumbling thief.
Let's hang on to those shoes. We can give them back to him next time we see him. As for the diagrams, I say we keep them.
We'll consider it collateral. They look like some the police might draw. Wonder where the caretaker got them. A diagram showing the scene of the crime. And a diagram of the foyer, including the office used by the caretaker, Phineas Filch. Now then, as I recall, the Fox Chamber should be at the top of the stairs. Ugh.
Whoa. Where all these black feathers and weird tracks come from?
The popular opinion seems to be that they're from Tenmataro.
You mean the great evil has returned?
Even if he did, I'd be laughed out of the courthouse for trying to indict him. Hey, who are you and what are you doing here? This is a crime scene. Oh, hi. Hi there. And who are you? Are you with the police? Tall man.
I ask first, who are you and what are you doing here? On second thought, I'm placing you under arrest for disturbing a crime scene.
On your arrest, but...
Save it for the boys back at HQ. Now come quietly or else. I don't want to be late for lunch.
Please, wait. We're Maritime as lawyers.
Well, why didn't you just say so?
So you're the lawyers I heard about.
I almost took you two in. You two sure were suspicious, though.
I don't know how many more times I can be taken to... I can take being called suspicious in one day.
Welcome to the club. Sorry, we didn't catch your name.
My name? I'm Bobby Fulbright. The heroic detective who defends our good citizens from evil. The champion of justice who comes running whenever you're in need. And my catchphrase? It's in justice we trust.
Ooh boy. This guy's a story and a half.
So, what can I do for you?
You're a funny character. I like you already.
Justice needs backup sometimes too. So I don't mind you asking for help, but you should start by thinking things over yourself. After all, the road to justice starts with your own first step.
If you don't have any information to offer, you could just say so. Anything? Tell me something, sir.
Justice needs backup time too. Could you stop throwing every single piece of evidence you have at my face? Stop it! I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Investigating the scene. So, would it be okay if we had a look around?
Certainly not. No unauthorized personnel allowed.
Couldn't you make an exception?
Cease and desist at once, or you'll have to deal with my little friend here. Yes, is he reaching for his... In justice we trust.
Phew, I thought it's just his badge.
You may be Mayor Tenma's attorneys, but you still need authorization to cross a police line.
Hello, let's see if we can't change his mind.
Good luck. Let me know how it goes. Bet he's as dense as heroes come.
You're wasting your time and mine. Nobody's crossing this line without authorization. I'm a wall of justice keeping injustice, that would be you, at bay.
I knew it. Look, there's just us and you here, right?
Justice and me, you say?
That's right.
Are you trying to say that Justice and I aren't enough to keep you out?
What?
No, silly. We're saying that you're an inspiration in our quest for justice.
No, it can't be!
You have him on the ropes now, Athena.
If we were on the side of justice, would you let us through?
But guarding the crime scene is a part of justice too.
Sure. But only a bad guy would stand in the way of justice, right?
Whose justice is the most just here?
Well, we can't have a fair and just trial without a thorough investigation, so...
Oh, Lady Justice, what would you have me do?
I think we really got to him.
Yeah, he seems pretty neurotic as far as champions of justice go.
Our pleas for justice must have had a huge impact. It's tying him up in knots. Now's our chance to start looking around.
After all that about authorized personnel only, this was surprisingly easy.
Should I stop them or let them through? Whose justice is more just?
Well, let's get to work. We're supposed to be finding clues related to the crimes, right?
Right. A search of the crime scene should turn up some evidence we can use at the trial. Let's try viewing the crime scene from different angles.
You don't know what's hiding just around the corner, right? So we move the cursor with this. change our perspective with this.
If there's a particular spot where you want to examine, just give it a tap.
Okay, let's leave no stone unturned. Coming, sir. Let's get started.
No. Hi! Oh, dang it. I was hoping I could examine the rest of her. Woo! Woo, that's weird. Weird. Weird.
Look, the statue only has one tail.
Maybe it's the nine-tailed fox's sidekick. I bet the number of tails represent the yokai's power.
So, if you had 2 Apollo, I'd only have 1?
Wait, what?
Now that means you're better than me, got it?
Like I said, what? What? I'm confused too. Wait, what? I'm with Apollo, what? The Forbidden Chamber. They say the demon Tenmatara was imprisoned in there before his escape.
Think we could get this door open?
It's worth a try. No good. It's shut tight. I don't even see a keyhole. Seems pretty hopeless. In justice we trust. Yikes! Did I just hear the voice of someone in need? Allow me to fill you in. This door simply will not open. We tried and tried, but it won't budge. It's an essential part of the culture found in this manor, so we can't blow it up either. So an unopenable door, right. According to Miss Jinxie Tinma, it was shut tight when she came across this crime scene.
Thanks for the tip, Detective Fulbright. We didn't expect you to be so helpful.
Forget I just said that. So the Forbidden Chamber was shut tight at the time of the murder. Sounds like something I'd better keep in mind. These weird tracks must have been made when someone stepped in the Armin's blood.
Maybe the killer inadvertently made them when they were fleeing? They're pretty big tracks, almost bird-like. The feathers also point to a bird.
It must be one big bird, and not of the friendly yellow type either.
Maybe it's some mutant bird creature.
So your theory is a giant mutant bird murdered Alderman Kirby with a spear.
It's more plausible than saying a monster yokai did it.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but a giant spear-wielding bird is by definition a monster. It kinda is. Eh? Wait. Oh. I wanna check out that chair. There's something green. There's something wedged under this chair. Let's see if we can't lift it up and... Freeze! Yikes! No disturbing crime scene evidence, even if you are the mayor's lawyers. He does have a point there.
Hey, Detective Fulbright. Did you hear about that attack over on the yokai lane? I heard an elderly woman was assaulted by a strange yokai shaped like a roll of cloth.
And you waited to tell me until now? I better go over there at once. In justice we trust.
That's surprisingly easy. Okay, Paul, that's our chance to look around some more.
The more I get to know her, the scarier she gets. Hope she never finds my weakness. So, what do we got? Whatever this is, it's stuck on tight. Looks like a large blood-stained cloth. Was probably the Alderman's, but it's pretty far from his body. I wonder how it got here. Why does this seem important? Strange. Let's look at this. So this is where Alderman QB's body was found.
Apparently the murder weapon, a spear, had Maritima's prints on it.
That's not good. Never fear, Detective Fulbright is here! Yikes! Of course, I can't offer you any information on my investigation, so... in the name of justice, I must say goodbye! What was that all about? I'm confused too, Apollo. What? Did you just come here to... talk crap and then just leave? Nothing much to see on this side. Maybe I should go check out on the other side.
Wow, this is a pricey looking chair.
Apparently the mayor was found drugged and unconscious in it.
Really?
Yeah, and when he came to, he was arrested for murder. Talk about your rude awakenings.
So he's a prime suspect in a crime he knows nothing about? That thinks. Oh, poor Mr. Tenma. He must be feeling so scared and confused. Apollo, it's up to us to save him.
It's like she's on her own emotional roller coaster.
This one's a spear, but what about this one? It looks like a giant pair of pliers.
Looks like something a demon might use. Saw something like that in a manga once.
Really? What are they used for?
Things like pinching through cheeks,
Yeah.
pulling out tongues.
Oh, stop.
Oh, and you should see what they can do to a person's eyes.
Okay, I get the idea. I'm sure this thing is just a simple can opener or something like that.
Demons eat canned food? I just wondered what they ate besides people. You just want some beans. Okay, I think that's all on this side.
It's a folding screen. I wonder what they were using it for.
I read that the Japanese used to use these in drafty rooms, but now they're just for show.
You mean like my attorney's bench? Or Athena.
The cop treating her like a child must have really bothered her.
Clock. Paul, what words come to mind when you watch that pendulum there?
Unsteady and, restless.
That's a direct representation of your current state of mind. Wait, that was some kind of psychological test. My diagnosis, this strange case has made you anxious, causing you to lose your cool.
You're actually not that far off the mark. Damn. Yeah, maybe I need you, maybe we do need you around the office also. Don't think I don't see that. There's something behind the door. Oh, it's this thing on the left, but shattered. Whatever it is, it looks like it's broken. Probably broken the doors opened. Why would anyone put something there? Strange.
Yeah, that wasn't very smart.
Maybe it was Jinxie. She was the first one to discover the body. She must have heard the screams and come running in here in a panic.
Well, look at you, Apollo. Now you're using analytical psychology too.
I am?
Wow, you really learn quick. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. You're the Ace Attorney of Wright Anything Agency.
I can't tell whether she's serious or not. Now, if Truzy said something like that, I'd immediately know she was messing with me. Wrong direction. Whee! Oh, what the? Hello, vent. Huh, looks like an air vent. It's pretty high up there.
What if you got a running start and jumped?
I doubt even a high jumper could make it.
Don't rule it out before you try it. Besides, I'm an excellent jumper.
Even so, that must be about 9 feet high.
Like I said, you don't know until you try. Monsieur Justice.
She doesn't know when to give up and when to stop using foreign words.
Look, trophies. Oh, this one was awarded to Alderman QB. Amazing Ninetales Yokai Dive Division winner, Tenma Pro Wrestling Tournament.
Yokai Division? I didn't know you could have a division of one.
Apollo, you should enter the tournament next time. And I have the perfect name for you. The Mysterious Firebrand. Mild-mannered lawyer by day, demon wrestler by night.
No one's gonna hire a masked lawyer, Athena. It was worth a shot. Oh, well, I'll wait to pick that up, because that looks important.
Look, a cow with two tails.
No such thing.
Oh, and this lady has a really long neck. How funny is that?
There is no way a creature like that could ever exist. She'd have a tough time swallowing.
Apollo, I bet you were one of those kids who didn't believe in Santa Claus.
What's that got to do with anything? Fun sucker, Apollo. Hey, this window opens. How much? Barely. And outside, we have ourselves a steep cliff.
The window only opens about 6 inches, not wide enough for anyone to get in or out. Look, Apollo, there's something caught in the window frame.
Looks like
gold fur. What a pretty color. It must be from some kind of animal.
Wonder what's doing here. Arm and QB have a Pex Fox? Some fur that was found at the scene of the crime. It's long and soft and appears to be from some sort of animal. If I had to take a guess, it's probably the nine-tailed fox. It looks like it was an outfit, so I'm assuming it was part of the outfit.
Doesn't this Tanuki statue remind you of the manor's caretaker, Phineas Filch?
This raccoon-looking thing? Yeah, it does look like him.
Oh, I just got the best idea. We should knock it over. It might transform back into Mr. Filch.
Mr. Filch is mischievous, but he's not magical, you know.
You know, it's a brilliant idea, Apollo.
Alright, let's get the big thing out of the way. Huh. What do we have here? There's blood on it, too. Looks like a statue of the nine-tailed fox and Tenmataro battling it out.
Careful, Apollo! It's got blood on it!
Really? Hey, you're right. I wonder if it's Stellarman's blood.
How can you remain so calm after seeing all this blood?
Well, this isn't the first time I've seen something like this, so...
You're no fun at all! At least act surprised or grossed out for something for my first case.
I'm already a lawyer. You want me to be an actor, too? A statue that was at the crime scene depicts Tenmataro and the nine-tailed fox locked in battle. Guess that about wraps it up. Now, if only we could get that detective to tell us what he knows.
Hey, Apollo. Do you hear something?
I don't hear anything.
Oh, right. Your hearing must not be as sensitive as mine.
What are you talking about?
A whooshing sound, like wind rushing through the narrow strait. And the echo of someone's voice.
Injustice we try. Someone's got a sharp set of ears. That was the sound of my righteous voice reverberating through the air duct.
I heard it through the air ducts?
Yeah, check it out.
But why would she hear you through here? There.
Why don't you go to the diagram? Why don't we go to the diagram? As you can see, the vent is connected to an air duct that leads into the hallway. The wind must have rushed through there and carried my monologue with it straight to your ears.
And what a unique monologue it was. I was just thinking, maybe the killer made their escape through the air duct or something.
A cute theory, but I don't think so. The air duct in the hallway is low enough to climb into, that much true. But as you can see, the vent in the ceiling is very high. 9 feet high, in fact. I highly doubt that there's any way to get up there without a ladder or something. And I don't see anything of the sort in this room, do you?
I guess you're right.
Speaking of things in this room...
Yeah?
Can you tell us about what you guys turned up, Detective Fulbright?
Not on my watch, buddy. In the name of justice, I cannot reveal the facts pertaining to the prosecution's case.
Come on. There was a bone here.
Excuse me, Detective Fulbright. But I recall you saying earlier that you would come running whenever we were in need.
I suppose I did say that. Helping those in need is what justice is all about, but keeping information out of an enemy's hands is also a form of justice. Which injustice is the most just? Why is this always so hard?
Well, how about this? Let's do a little give and take. I mean, serving the public is part of justice too, right? You know, like the police motto. To serve and protect.
I doubt leaking information to the defense team falls under that motto.
Yes, of course. I must serve as well as protect. Okay, I will share some information. In the name of justice.
We did it, Paul!
Yeah, we did it alright. But I'm not sure that was entirely ethical. So this is my attorney's badge.
No, present it with more confidence and conviction. Like, in justice we trust.
Okay, how's this?
Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Here comes justice. That was amazing.
But you know what they say, practice makes perfect. Let's see you do it 10 more times. Okay? I'll try my best.
Apollo, what are you doing?
How do you talk me into this? It's fun. Aren't you having fun, Apollo? Justin needs backup too. So stop putting evidence in my face, for the love of God. You're getting on my last nerve. It feels like he might say something different, because I don't think he said that before with the badge. And I'm pretty sure I showed him the badge before. Never hurts to be safe. Okay, never mind. I just wanted to check. Details of the case. Was it Miss Jinxie Tenma who first discovered the crime scene? That's right. And this photo shows what she saw when she opened the door. I'm trying to see anything of note here. That seems like real off. Everything looks to be good. The only thing of note that I can say might it be interesting is the light at the bottom. Miss Tenma had a key, allowing her immediate access. Key? So then the fox chamber was locked. Yes, and Miss Tenma had the only key to its door. Really? So Alderman QB didn't have a key to the fox chamber. Actually, he had a master key for most of the doors in the manor. But it disappeared after his murder.
Disappeared? You think the killer took it?
It could very well be connected to the murder. We're looking into the possibility now. But it's the timing of Miss Timmer's discovery that I think is most important. Of course, I'm not going to share that information with you.
You think you're some kind of champion of justice, but you're just plain old mean.
I won't fall for that, you shameless rascal. I only help good little boys and girls.
Shameless rascal? Who even says that?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call you a good little girl either. Crime photo. Photo of the fox chamber. There are blade prints, footprints, and black feathers scattered on top of the blood. Those feathers and tracks look like something a yokai might leave behind. You don't actually think the murderer was some sort of monster, do you?
What's the name of that creature in the Forbidden Chamber? Tenma something? Because from the black feathers and big tracks, it looks like that creature did it.
Our prime suspect would no doubt love to pin the blame on some imaginary creature.
Can Tenma whatchamacallit even be made a victim of slander?
I doubt the mayor would do something as childish as blame a boogeyman.
So the most likely scenario so far is that Tenma guy left the feathers and tracks behind. Make it look like the yokai Tenma was the killer? Wait, what? Now I'm confused as to you.
At any rate, I doubt Mayor Tenma would plant evidence like that. So, Mayor Tenma is your only suspect? That's right. Even his name, Damien Tenma, makes him sound like a villain. And he's really scary looking too.
Wait, are you telling me that's why he was arrested?
Don't be ridiculous. He was the only one without an alibi. How's that so? Yep. Other than that, other than the victim, the suspect, and Miss Tenma, the only others around were Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma's aide, and the two of them were together at the time. Filch, the guy who tried to steal my bracelet, just living up his name, I guess. We should go talk to him again when we have a chance. What about Jinxie? She's not being suspected at all? She may have no alibi whatsoever, but she also has no motive. It's unfathomable that she would murder the alderman and pin the crime on her father. Besides, do you really think a little girl could lift up this huge spear? Sure enough, that spear looks even bigger than her. That's about all I can reveal at this time. Well, you must admit, Damien Tenma appears to be the most likely suspect. I admit it looks bad, but I'm still not buying it. Oh, and one more thing. I must warn you about the prosecutor. Prosecutor assigned to Mayor Tenma's trial? That's that one. He's, how shall I put it? Not what you'd expect. That is unless you faced a convicted killer serving hard time as a prosecutor before. What the? Is this some kind of joke? Excuse you? Who are you talking about? Can I ask why a man in prison for murder is serving as a prosecutor? Because he's mastered the use of psychology in courtroom battles. Everyone's talking about how this murder was the work of some strange creature. The yokai are nothing more than a figment of the imagination. They're baloney. Who better to prove this than the master of psychology? He's the best man for the job. He's a convicted murderer. No matter how you look at it, that's just insane. Well, the chief prosecutor personally assigned him, so none of us are in a position to question the matter. This really is the dark age of the law.
This prosecutor, he wouldn't happen to go by the name Blackquill, would he?
Bingo! Simon Blackquill. So you have heard of him.
Simon Blackquill? You could say that.
You know Simon? What's that supposed to mean? Well, I bet you don't know his unofficial title. Ever heard of the Twisted Samurai? That's Prosecutor Blackquill. The Twisted Samurai. Is that because he's a criminal? Well, yes and no. You could say it also has to do with the effect his crime had on things. How so? His conviction is what twisted and warped the legal world into this dark age of the law.
What? And he of all people is going to stand in the court tomorrow.
Never fear, I myself will be there to protect you. That's reassuring, I guess. Well, you kids knock yourselves out. I can't wait to see how you do tomorrow.
Wait, Detective Fulbright. I've been meaning to ask you something. Why are you barefoot? This doesn't look like the sort of place where you need to take your shoes off.
I hadn't even noticed! Why am I barefoot? You honestly hadn't noticed until just now? Wait a second. Those shoes we found earlier. Excuse me, Detective Fulbright. These wouldn't happen to be your shoes, would they? Yes they are! My favorite pair, in fact! Thank you for bringing them to me. You must truly be on the side of justice. Don't tell me Mr. Filch actually stole from a detective.
Stealing shoes right off of someone's feet. That's pretty amazing.
I find it more amazing that Detective Fulbright didn't notice. Well, looks like we got all we can out of the detective, so let's see. Maybe we should go have a word with Mr. Filch. I want to hear what his alibi is. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Oh. I went to take a drink of water, but I gulped out like a huge air bubble on accident, and it hurt. Oh. Ow. Ow. Ugh, that was a weird feeling. Ugh.
It's just awful. Terrible, I say. Somebody help!
Oh, look, it's Mr... What was it again? Finch?
No. The name's Filch. Phineas Filch.
Keep on pilfering and you may wind up a jailbird instead. So what seems to be the problem, Mr. Filch?
Oh, it's just terrible. Terrible, I tell ya. Come quick.
Okay. What's the deal with him all of a sudden? What? Looks like some kind of mask.
It's the Amazing Ninetales mask.
The Amazing Ninetales? Oh, right! The wrestler who appeared during the festival special event. What's this mask doing here?
He'd never take off his mask like this. Somebody must have killed him.
What? Who would do such a thing?
Let's go talk over there in private.
Look. There's some white hair caught up inside this mask. Huh. White hair? The mask that washed up by the riverside. There's white hair inside. Weird. So, what makes you believe that the Amazing Ninetales has been murdered?
You really want to know? You're a studious one, ain't ya?
Yes. I mean, no. I mean, just tell me, please.
Well, it's like this. I dreamed of becoming a wrestler myself. How about you join me in the quest for the champion's belt? What a team! Me and my pants mask, and you in the demon mask yours.
Demon mask? I wonder if I could make it big.
Apollo, let's say your pro wrestling debut until after trial.
Huh? Oh, no. I wasn't actually... why did I let him pull me off topic like that? Come on, Apollo. Ask him about that amazing Ninetales murder already. Alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and save here and end it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace.